So that way, you look your best.
Yeah. Whereas I always fail in that because when I do pre-recordeds in my room, I always get bad light flare. And one of these days I'll work out how to do it a bit better, but I'll get there eventually.
Lights off to the side, nothing directly at you is best.
I think that's what because I used to record. Well, I still record with my phone, but
right.
I used to have, because it's got a mount right in the middle of the ring light where you mount your phone, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I just need one stand, don't need anything, and then it got really bad at one stage, and then I spoke to Simon, obviously, and Simon's like, yeah, you probably need to distance it a little bit from the ring light and try and focus it further up. And anyway, so it worked a little bit better, but I still get a little bit of problems, but I don't have that much room to set up studios and stuff.
One up over here on a swing arm, and then I have a fan over here, and then there's another light on this back corner that I can turn on if I want. I don't right now. And then there's some under cabinet lighting here, and then there's a pass through over here that light comes through from the kitchen. So it's like all these different lights, but nothing's like directly on or in front of me.
Everybody's like, why don't you just put the big light on in where I film in my room? And I'm like, I like having, like, it's almost like being in a studio with the darkness behind you. You're focused on you sort of thing and what you're showing. But then, yeah, I haven't quite got the lighting right. I'll get it one day.
Yeah, it's fun to play with. I mean, it's like I try to minimize how much glare comes off of these. I mean, you get like, this is like the biggest part here that you get on.
And having the slabs in the background would be another obstacle. Obviously, the reflection off the plastic and
But the biggest thing that I believe in, I tell people as much as possible, is run dark mode, run a black background. Most people when they're talking and they're showing stuff up, especially slabs and stuff in plastic bags, the monitor is your biggest source of stuff. And you'll see it all the time. You see people's reflections in their monitors and stuff, and try to minimize that as much as possible by having everything black as much as possible. Dark.
I notice that on Only Slabs quite often.
Yeah, I'll try to tell people, install a dark mode app, run everything in dark mode, and have a black backdrop. Forget having a picture of your kids in the background or something. Just have a solid black backdrop. So that way there's minimal light coming off of the monitor actually that's lighting you up. Anyways, good morning there, Mr. KBDM and Old School Comics. Appreciate you coming out and joining us early this morning. Legion of Comics, I think, is moving now at this point because I see a few drops in the I guess it's just Paul liking the Legion of Comics stuff. I thought in those channels, I thought, oh, maybe Mark's adding new stuff, but we've texted him to say, wake up, little birdie. In the meantime, Mad Spidey hanging out. It's is it like it's around 11 o'clock at night?
9:30.
9:30. I'm off by only 2 hours.
There'll only be two ways I can be on this show. One, if I'm not working on Saturday, which I am not this weekend, thank God. And two, when it's non-daylight savings anywhere in the world, America or Australia, that means this show starts at 9:30 p.m. So I can at least jump on for an hour until I start. I've been up since 5:30 this morning, so I've had a very fucking long day.
I got that. It's not even 5:30 this morning yet.
Well, there you go.
But I think we're in that rare time. Are we in that? Is it Friday for you still?
Yeah, it's still Friday.
All right, so we're in that rare instance where we're actually on the same day still.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen for me on the west coast of the U.S. and you.
Lighting is always a problem when streaming. Yeah, with streaming, it's not too bad because any streaming I usually do it, at the girlfriend's place, and I'm out on the front porch, so it's just natural daylight, or it's just. Yeah, it's just a light, sort of thing. It's nothing to be fancy about. The pre-recorders is what I have problems with.
Yeah, a lot of people also live streaming it because a lot of people do it in the same places where they do the recordings from. Not everybody. I mean, at least people I think that have setups that aren't necessarily on their phone, right? I've never.
I started on my phone with everything, live streams, pre-records. It's horrible because your phone heats up so quick, and it's horrible.
You have to remove any cases from your phone.
Yes.
And then of course there's battery. You need to have a battery backup.
Where's the best place to order clear backing boards? No such thing in Australia.
Oh, you can't get them, or there's no code.
Never seen them. It's like even like Mylar. Mylar is extremely rare over here, probably because it's super pricey over here. So no comic shops bother even trying to sell it.
Right now, I know that the clear backer boards are. I know a couple places that sell them. They're a variety of quality, depending on how some of them are thin, some of them are thicker. The place I normally buy my bags and boards from sells them, and they have 52-point clear backer boards, so they're really thick, sturdy ones. But right now, you can't get them because they suspended sales of them temporarily. Or at least last time I looked, they had, because although the company is in Canada and most of their stuff is made in Canada, the clear backer boards were origin in China, and so because of the tariffs, it was ridiculously high. Now that that's down, that might have changed, but that's
I'm assuming the majors sell them, like BCW and Ultra Pro, and
no. Surprisingly, I don't see the major ones do. The ones I've seen that I know of off the top of my head, like I said, Comic Pro line, which is what I order, which is what I get out of Canada. They have really thick ones, and then I think Comic Cape is one.
I've never heard of them.
Is one brand, and then I think Clear boards or I think is the name of the or is it Comic Clear?
Yeah, because I suppose with like a lot of
Comic Clear, that's who it's called. And there's actually, I'm starting to see some other. If you type in clear backer boards, I'm starting to see some others. Actually, they're not getting. Wow, even. Oh no, it's hard to make sure that some of them you have to be careful of. You type in clear comic boards, and it takes clear bags and boards.
Yeah,
but yeah, Comic Clear is the other one. That's the brand that we used for last year for comics curing cancer. We had gotten some. They seem to have. I think they were like 24 point, which is either 24 or 28 point, which was the standard size for or standard thickness for like a regular backer board. Nice, good luck.
Yeah, because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I need it for wraparound covers and all that sort of stuff." But the other thing is, if you do any kind of cataloging like CLZ, you scan barcodes and that. If you've got a lot of virgin variants, you're like, "Oh crap, I don't know what book this is." You got to take it out and you got to scan it. Clear backer boards, I'm assuming you'd probably be able to get the barcode through.
Yeah, you could. You could. I generally if you're trying to do big loads, sure. But I mean, otherwise, normally as I take any of my virgin variants and I put them away, I write on the back of the backer board what it is.
Yeah.
Because you can't see really. And usually I don't have to write the whole thing because I don't like if it's a Spider-Man, I'm putting it away with the Spider-Man books. I just put the issue number on the back just so I know which issue number it is real quick. Same thing I've taken to in the last year or so. I always write the ratio on the back of the board too if it's a ratio variant.
Oh, you can never remember.
Yeah, I mean, I can always look it up, sure, but I mean, it's nice when if you're just flipping through real quick, pull it out, and go, oh, okay, that's the 1 in 25. That's why I like that one. But
yeah, it's hard to keep track of a lot of this stuff, and like I always say, like I got CLZ because I hate having doubles of things, and especially when I'm paying stupid prices over here, I don't want to be buying $20, $30, $50 books more than once.
Right.
You know,
It's
it
nice
is what
having
it
it.
is.
It's I mean, it's fabulous to have your entire collection at your hand. I mean, and as your collection gets bigger and bigger, you can only remember so much.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the other day I was looking, and sometimes it's nice just to help you find books that you didn't know you wanted, either too. It's like, I mean, because they were put some of the releases out early, it's nice. I can always sneak peek at some of the variants that are coming out on certain books, and or identify variants that I wouldn't have known because they're exclusives at some random location. Not that I do it, So sometimes I'll do that, but also just tracking what you have. I mean, I forget sometimes some of the books I have, and it's like, oh, I do have that book. Oh, great! The other day, I was looking at my Captain America run. I didn't realize I was so close to actually completing my 1 through 100 run already. I was like, oh, I really only have like a dozen books I need.
Or 100 to 200.
Yeah, that's what I meant. 100 through 200. Thank you. The first 100 issues. How's that?
Yeah,
I guess technically
that'll do.
I guess technically it's 101 issues because 100 through 200 is 101 issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a little. I just dropped a video literally about 20 minutes ago. Picked up some more Tomb of Dracula and Werewolves. So I'm getting closer and closer, and I only need one book for Tomb of Dracula.
Oh yeah,
and I think I'm down to 5 for Werewolf by Night now. So I'm getting so close.
Which Tomb of Dracula did you need?
Number 3. It's the first Rachel Van Helsing, which realistically shouldn't be a massive book, but the cheapest I can find it over here, which there's not many available, but the cheapest I can find it is $150. And I'm like, I'll pay 50, 60 if I have to, but I don't want to be paying $150. It's not that big a key book. But, I can find it. Don't worry. I can find it like eBay off the States. I can find it for like $30, $40 US and stuff like that. I'm like, but by the time you do all currency conversions and bullshit, there's no real point. So
No, I get it. I'm just not that one.
Because I know there's 2 werewolf books with you. They're the ones that Jonathan sent. So I've counted them in the ones that I don't need anymore. So, but yeah, getting so close. I just want to move on to the next run. I'm sick of talking about it, and I just want to complete them already.
$20.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so
$20.
$20. So that's about
24, 21.
It's about 35.
Should buy a couple and just put them in $9.99.
Don't you fucking start.
$9.99. It's worth putting that in the giveaway bin.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, a lot of Tomb Dracula issues 3, 4, and 24 starting at $8.50. That's all kind of rough. That issue 3 is a little rough, but
most of mine are low grade.
But for $8.50, I mean, it's like what is?
It's probably a 1 or a 2 or something. Or
it's got a dog. It's got a big dog ear corner, and then issue 4's got a lot of, and 5 and 24 have massive spine ticks.
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, most of mine I paid $20, $30, $50 for, and yeah, they've got writing on the cover and stamps and dog ears and splits, and I don't care. I literally just buy the books because I love them, and that's
wow.
But that's me.
That's pretty damn reasonable. Let's see. Good morning, Cliff. How are you? Lilo and Stich.
Yeah, I know Beck's excited to see it. She's already bought the big fancy popcorn bloody tin thing or whatever that's available.
Wow, here's somebody who's selling one that obviously doesn't want to sell it on eBay because they've got a backer board underneath it that's shifted up slightly, and then they've got their Instagram handle written on the backer board right underneath the book. So it's like, oh, here, you just reach out to me on Instagram.
Oops. Oh god. Yeah, I've never I've I found all of them over here, but
Mhm.
number 3, I've only found there's like 2 on eBay Australia, and that's it. And they both want $150 from it. I'm like, I'm not paying that. You know, like, yeah, I want it, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. That's just a
All
bit silly.
right. Well, I'm going to place a bid on this one.
Oh shit.
Well, the starting bid on it's $9.99. God damn it! I can't do it. Right, I'm not on my computer. I'll do it later on my phone.
Yes, everything's cheap in America. Fuck you all.
No, if I can get it for $9.99, I'll throw it in your bin. Fucking
community community leaderboard. Where the heck did this come from? What's he talking about?
I don't know. There's something. I think there's something in the chat where there's like some kind of like experience points or something. They're showing up, and people are getting like.
I can't. Oh yeah, I'm in StreamYard, so I can't see it.
It's on the.
Let me mute my phone.
Yeah, I don't know what the how you, I don't. It says, and you click on it, and it says community leaderboard, and so who has ranks people and has points. I have no idea what the hell that is. Yeah.
Let's go skip. Let's go to the all messages.
YouTube has a new thing. I guess it's something that they're trying to do to encourage people talking. I don't know.
Yeah. You click on that thing, and yeah, it comes up with like some sort of rating system or something. And
yeah, I tell you, it was kind of.
Let's see if I make a comment. Let's see what it says. Comment. Heck, I don't get a rating. That's just rude.
How rude? Maybe because you're a moderator? Nope, because Cliff's a moderator.
Cliff's not a moderator.
He's a member. Oh, so maybe it just has to do with for non-mods.
And I was going to say it's nothing to do with like membership, because Cliff's a member.
Right. That's interesting. I'll show you something that's new.
That's
weird. And super chats give you a boost. Oh, of course it does.
Well, I've super chatted Mark, but yeah, that's weird.
So check this out. So the new Comics Curing Cancer site, right, that we have this year, the comicscuringcancer.org.
I checked out the merch, but I haven't checked out any of the other.
Yeah, so it's cool. Austin was able to get it. So it's got the stuff there. Now it's got the link directly to the merch right on the main page that you can go and take you right to the.
I like how it's got the big total raised in big sort of things right on the front page.
Well, and as it goes up, it reveals the image behind it, and so it's kind of a thing. But what's interesting is because it popped open a new tab. It pops open a new tab for the store. That's why it didn't pop up the store when I
wonder how quick the money changes, like how quick it updates. I mean, whether it's like instantaneous, whether it takes a day or an hour or 5 minutes, or
for the main site.
Yeah.
So the main site donations, that it's pretty much in real time as donations come in. They get logged. And what's nice was originally it's really kind of weird. This is the only part that's weird to me. I'll bring it back up here for a second. So like there are 2 sections, right, for it's like you have the top here is donate now, right? And you have this amount here you can do. This is only credit card only. And apparently it's only allowing people in the US and whatever to donate here. So I had to fight with Comics Curing Cancer, and they added us, or the American Cancer Society, and they got us this section here, which is for international donations. Well, it also allows us to do PayPal and other forms of payment that weren't allowed up here, which was good. So, and you don't have to be international to use PayPal down here. I tested that. So really I need to see about trying to move this piece up, because this is
because I remember you were saying in the early days of getting the website properly up and running, like the new one, that there was problems with internationals and PayPal and stuff like that.
When we did our beta test run, internationals couldn't make any payments, and we found so we got this fixed. And because I told them, I said, not only do I need to have international, because I said we have quite a bit of people who are international that help support this event. I said, but we need the PayPal, because there's a lot of people who will spend a little bit more than maybe they really should during that time, because they can take advantage of the 6 months, same as cash, that PayPal offers on the PayPal credit. And so if I don't have that, that's going to affect our numbers. And they said, oh, okay, well, we'll find, we'll figure it out.
And you got stupid Aussies and pommies over the pond that, spend too much, don't realize they're worrying, they don't care about currency conversion, and they spend too much money in C3 on that big event and go, oh crap, I'm running out of money. That's me every year.
It's just not just the international, it's everybody does, but that's fine. And that's where the 6 months same as cash helps, makes it easier. You can do that. But then I tell you, it's great. I'm watching the new merch store site, though. It's really kind of cool for Comics Curing Cancer, in that I can watch. I get notifications now, which before the other shop before I had known nothing about what was going on. Now I get daily updates from the shop as far as like X number of orders were placed, or if there's any issues with any of the orders, when the orders ship and stuff. So I'm watching them, and I'm seeing them basically within 2 to 3 days shipping out, which is good.
Yeah, actually, I got to have a look at it for myself, actually, because I'm interested to see whether I can do it or not. I know we spoke about this, I think, last week or the week before, and you said, like, even if I can't, I can always get it shipped to you.
Yeah,
but I'd still, because like I ordered shirts last year, and I think I ordered some probably a year or 2 years before that, whatever it was, and it was always through your store, basically. Yeah. So, I know last year was absolutely horrible. I know it took something like, I think I got
it
mine.
Still is. Spring is back. That's why we made this move, because spring is still having issues. KBDM,
it took 2 months, I think.
I've checked a couple times. They do have hats and stuff on the site. We don't have any on the C3 stores yet. The issue is that they only do embroidery for hats, which is good, the better quality, but it requires upfront costs. It also requires readjusting some of the potential graphics, because there's number of color issues, and there's some other things that come into play. So that's why I haven't jumped on it yet. I have had it up 3 times when I've been looking through merchandise and trying to figure it out, but haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Because I would rock the shit out of a C3 hat.
I know a lot of people who would love to have a hat, and that's why I keep going back to it. But like I said, I have to spend a little more time looking at it. Good morning there, Mr. Sir.
Good morning.
Have you
seen the leaderboard? Doesn't show up on the StreamYard.
Not in StreamYard, no.
We were just talking about that. It's like, what the hell is this?
That's the leaderboard. You now are ranked in the live chat for interactions and stuff.
But if you are a mod, apparently you do not.
If you're a mod, you're assumed better than everybody else. That's why there's a wrench there.
There you go.
Yeah, because I just wrote something in there to see what would happen, and it doesn't do anything. So
you threw a wrench at him instead.
Yeah.
That's what that big lump is right there.
That's right.
No, but it's for how interactive you are. Super chat, super stickers, and all that give you points in it and stuff. I don't know if it like carries over, because this is the first streamer video that I've done that has them, but it doesn't. I don't know if it like carries over, if it starts afresh in the next stream or video or whatnot.
Did you have to turn it on, or was it like something you just noticed now it's on?
I opened up. I don't remember what I opened up, and I had a little notification. I think I opened up my YouTube Studio. Let me see. Was it Studio? Yeah, open up my YouTube Studio app, and I had an early access notification. You know, they always have these little beta test things, and I didn't turn it on, but I clicked on the notification, and when I did those notifications, I clicked on it. The Explore leaderboard came up, and I clicked on that, and it took me to that page that was telling me about it, and I didn't turn on or activate anything, but I read about it, and then
let's see what it does now.
Understood.
That's how I went about doing that, Rob.
Wow. Look at that.
You want blood? Go get it!
We got $7.99 dues from our main man with pots and pans, Matt Spidey.
Yeah. So maybe if a mod, it doesn't do anything. So
I guess mods are excluded.
You get no points, sir.
Try it again.
You bastard. It's not working. It's not working.
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Excuse me. I was finally able to go to this LCS yesterday. Take 2. Get my books. So Wednesday I went to go get my books, and the comics shop that I go to is in this strip mall. And there's a Harbor Freight and some other stuff, and there used to be a Bed Bath & Beyond, which shut down, and they opened up a store called Micro Center, which is a chain of computer stores, and their official opening is today, but they did their soft opening on Wednesday. And when they did their soft opening, they apparently put out some lost leaders and free mugs and free thumb drives and a bunch of little whatnot things. So I pulled up to the parking lot of this strip mall, and every flipping space was full. There were cars stacked up in all the aisles trying to wait for people to come out and take spots. I went around the back side of the store. Every little piece of curb was taken up with cars out in the residential cars. I was like, the closest parking spot was like half a mile from the shop, and I'm all, I don't have time for this. I got I'll come back another day. So yesterday, about 2:00 in the afternoon, I pick up my phone and I call the comic shop and, well, hey, is the parking lot back to normal today? And they have to go. They go out and look. Oh well, it's heavy, but there's open spots. Well, good. Okay, I'll be down. I'll come get my books. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of coming down to get her books, Madam is here.
Hi.
She's like, I don't know how to respond to that.
And
I
good morning, Mark.
getting any books, but.
And Sledge says ranks are going to be fun if you do giveaways. All the spam is going to break it. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Like on mine, though, if it doesn't do anything for wrenches, I think I have so many people are wrenches on mine. It would be pretty limiting on the only slabs. But man, those hashtags, won't that do something? Marcus has gifted 5 Legion of Comics memberships. Let's go.
Am I one of them?
Those memberships went to Beckerman, Ian and Becca Comics Embraced, for some strange reasons, Shattered Glass Collectibles, and Meat Wad number 1.
Rob's always throwing shade at Tyler. I love it.
Why is he even a wrench? Nobody should give him that kind of responsibility.
I trust Tyler with my life.
I haven't seen. Well, I don't watch
no comment.
Friday very often, but I mean, I haven't seen him in a while. Is the only thing
Yeah,
he does Fridays anymore?
Tyler's got a lot of stuff going on in life right now. A lot of good things, like there's his stuff to talk about and tell about. But
Yeah, no.
Tyler's busy.
Well, Tyler was my introduction to Mark. He was the one that first he like, why don't you come on this, this hangout show that
Oh yeah, when he used to
Mark
show up
does and
here.
stuff. Yeah, when he used he was the original co-hosty sort of
No,
guy or whatever.
I don't think he was the original, but he was the second one, wasn't he,
He
Mark?
was the original.
Oh, was he the OG?
one, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so like
he traded up.
the way that this show started was, I record my videos, Rob, but for those that don't, I get on StreamYard, the non-live feature, and I record a video on StreamYard. I do it in one take. I hit record, I do it, then I download it and put it on YouTube. It was set for live show instead of being set for recording. So I hit record, and instead of it just recording, it goes live, and I see the live chat, but I still just keep a straight face, ignore the chat, and record my video like normal, just ignoring it, because I can just switch it over when I want to. But Tyler and a couple other people were in the live chat, and as soon as it was over, I was talking to Tyler, and he's like, well, we're all up, we might as well just hang out. So I just created a secondary stream, and we went live and just hung out that morning. That's how this show started, was by
You crossed your streams.
You never cross streams.
They say
you
never
did.
cross streams, but every time they do, only good things happen.
That's right. Don't do it until you need
I don't
to.
think we should encourage anybody to cross streams.
It's a lot of camaraderie involved. A lot of camaraderie.
Stop right, Joe.
So I don't know what else happened this week. This week's been a busy week for me, but I did get off to go see your Mission Impossible.
Oh, how was it?
Rob wasn't blown away by it.
Yeah,
Rob, to answer, please, Rob. How was it?
I think it's true. There are two camps on this movie. There's the people who are really into the MI franchise and love the way that everything got wrapped up with a bow, I guess, and got tied together. And I appreciate the weaving of story elements from that. I do appreciate the fact that not being a person who's rewatched these movies over and over, and there's been so much time between them. I did like the fact that they did sufficient flashbacks and stuff throughout the movie that you didn't have to be deeply engrossed into it. You didn't have to go do homework of watching 7 movies before you go see this movie. Star Wars doesn't do that shit, and they fuck that shit up all the time. I complain about that.
Yeah.
I'll say, even though I'm deep in the lore, I'll tell it's inhibited for new people who aren't. This movie, I think you can watch it as a stand, just having a passing knowledge of what Mission Impossible is.
Yeah.
I think it's watchable from that aspect. I just did overall, while it did all that as a standalone Mission Impossible movie, I didn't feel that it had the same feeling of what I was expecting from it. And so to me, it just felt like a mechanism to move Tom Cruise from one stunt to the next, because he was 75% of the film. And every once in a while go, oh yeah, wait a second, we're doing an ensemble film. Let's put in 3 scenes with the rest of the team.
Oh, Tom needs to talk to somebody. Wait a minute.
That's an interesting take. No, I'm not
Yes,
saying that's wrong, but it's never any of these films have never really not been a Tom Cruise film, and his team is definitely, I wouldn't call it an ensemble film as much as I call them supporting cast members. Like where an ensemble film has more
fair.
of a
No, that's fair. Not an ensemble, but a supporting. That's the correct word.
Yeah.
But I just meant, to me, this one seemed, it really was striking to me how much it was just him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I talked about that too in some of the reviews. You know what was one of the major things that set this film apart from the rest is like the amount of chaos, but also how the team is very fragmented in this one. In the other ones, like he has to go in and do said whatever, but the team is just
supporting him.
They're in the air duct or in the helicopter above the building he's in. And this, they're actually
they're off somewhere else.
Yeah, they're on different parts
It's
of the
Tom by
world.
himself. I need to save the world, doing this really ridiculous, impractical.
But
it's not just impossible.
When they come
it's
together,
more like
they come together.
But
if you're doing this unnecessarily,
it's.
I mean,
how do they come together, Mark?
Ooh wee.
I was going to say like butt cheeks,
my man.
There it is.
Yeah, but so anyways, I mean, we can dispute the impracticalities and improbabilities and all the different plot points, but that's movies into themselves, whatnot. For me, I didn't not enjoy my time there. I didn't feel like I should walk out and want my money back by any stretch of imagination. I had time, but I did find myself a couple times looking at the clock going, how
long is this fucking thing going?
Wow.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the second coming of Christ, like Mark said.
Well, again, I said there's two different camps.
Even my favorite Mission Impossible movie.
There's different camps on this Mission Impossible. I said that from the beginning. I fall into the camp of that I'm not really deep into it. So to me, it was just it didn't quite feel what I was expecting, and it felt like it was more just like let me a showcase for Tom, and it seemed like it was a little long for me.
Okay, now that's an unbiased opinion. I appreciate that opinion because you're not like Tom Cruise's this. Because you come with a fresh eyes and you say you don't.
I'm not going to say fresh eyes. I mean, I like Tom Cruise. I've seen the other movies. It's not completely
this isn't the strongest installment in the Mission Impossible franchise. This one has a little bit of a handicap compared to the rest, where the other ones are clearly stronger single movie installments, especially Fallout, which is the easiest example to go to. This one goes through a list of box checks along the way. It's already a stunt showcase feature, which most of these are. They build the movie around certain scenes that they want to do, but this one does a lot of servicing to the franchise where they have a lot of boxes like they want to pay homage to this, they want to tie this in, so they're not just standing there writing a movie untethered. They're like, all right, we have work that we have to include in here because we want to
weave this.
Yeah, we want to wrap stuff up and pay bow ties and pay homage. Like, look at Endgame. Endgame is not a better movie than Infinity War. You spend an hour and a half in Endgame making sure you cameo all these characters from all through the franchise all over. You know what I mean? Like so that kind of stuff takes away from the standalone-ness of the movie. But this movie was still an incredible spectacle, and that's what they were going for. They had an assignment, and they're like, we're going to knock it out of the park, and they fucking did.
Do you think it was so much about Tom because Tom knew this was his last hurrah? And so
Ethan, it's important to point that out. Ethan, the dude's already about to start working on his next project.
Yeah, no, so he's
gonna be like 90, like Clint
Eastwood. No. Tom said he's going to be over 100 when he stops making movies. He loves this industry. He loves making movies, and he's looking forward to dabbling into action, drama, and comedy till he's in his triple digits.
Oh, hey.
100%, Louis.
There's a few things there were things that were impossible, and then there are things that were just borderline beyond impossible. But it's movie.
Check.
It's like, the plot is with you. Yes, but that's not a.
You know what? The only time I felt that with my bias was the coming up from the deep dive.
Yes.
That was it.
Yeah, it's like that's the biggest. That was the biggest one to me, where it was like, this is my suspension of this, because I can go in a movie and I will suspend disbelief. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's not. How many action movies? If you took out all the unrealistic things or damn near impossible from action movies, then we would have a lot less of them. But that deep dive scene, so some of them, that was the one where it was just like, come on,
I was good with it, Rob. I was good with it until he got drugged deeper. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Going from there to the top, that's rough, man. That's super rough. You're stretching it, but then when you get drugged even deeper, man, we were already at impossible. We're there. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that out of it. And I can happily tell you, knowing that you have actors actually performing daring feats and Like deadly stunts, all of them.
How many miles did Tom run throughout all the Mission Impossible films?
Yeah, all of them.
He might have circumnavigated the globe.
Yeah, this guy's been to the moon and back. But
And the amazing part about it is he does it without a sweat. That man runs
yeah,
and
but you know
runs.
that the
I mean,
last
makes
that
Forrest
20
Gump
minute
look
that
like an
20-minute
amateur.
finale scene, like regardless of anything else, it was just like absolutely bananas.
Yeah.
But it was a wildly successful last weekend at the box office. I'm excited now. Now the real work comes in the second weekend drop offs. Like talking to people who work in the movie industry, they'll tell you like that's like one of their most coveted weekends. Like this is when they see where the rubber meets the road if their movie's going to actually perform or not. You want that strong opening weekend, but what it does in the second weekend kind of lets them know indefinitely if the movie's going to ultimately succeed for them as a studio or not. And historically, you know, movies that do gangbusters, they don't have that second weekend drop off. It's not like people go the first weekend, forget it's there, and then go back the third.
There's people who will go because they don't want to see it opening weekend, or the people who couldn't make it, but then
The word of mouth.
But it's the question, and the word of mouth of okay, I'll go see it, but then it's the question of can you get the people that the fanatics to go back and pay again.
I really think like I don't know what kind of marketing strategy. I guess the marketing strategy for that week of release is you start bragging about your numbers, right? Like #1 movie in the world for Lilo and Stitch, #1 action movie in the world for Mission Impossible. Those started rolling and stuff. But really, really pushing them once you get to that first week is got to be important. The comment section seemed to be like pretty unified across the board for these films. I've seen a couple of people complaining about Lilo and Stitch kind of betraying the theme of that movie with the whole family sticks together thing. But ultimately, like most people seem to be pretty positive about that live action remake as well.
I want to say that on this one here, surprisingly, I'm going to go with Superman.
Yeah, I don't think you can exclude Jurassic Park from the question either. They all three release in July.
Oh God, I can't. I don't know about Jurassic Park. For me, I'm like so beyond Jurassic Park. I can't believe it still continues to have anything to do with anything. But that one's going to be, I think, carried on the back of Scarlett Johansson and how many people want to go see her. The rest of
there you go. Ohana means abandonment issues.
But as far as Superman versus Fantastic Four, I'm even though I don't know, I think objectively, I think that the Superman has a broader appeal globally. Ergo, and is more recognizable, and ergo, from that standpoint alone, the global box office for Superman will be larger than Fantastic Four.
Flash says, I think Superman will do better than the Fantastic Four, but I don't know until it happens. Thunderbolt kind of ruined Fantastic Four for me. That's interesting. Y'all see this past week, Disney's pulling Thunderbolts from all theaters, making its theatrical run historically setting a record of shortest run for the MCU, less than 1 month in theaters.
I haven't even seen it yet.
Yeah, well, you're the reason why you won't get to.
You'll be able to watch it on Disney Plus next week.
Yeah.
Right now, I saw the Avengers or the Captain America movie, whatever.
Yeah, just released.
Just
I'll be
was
watching
now
that
on
over the weekend. So.
I'm excited for the new Jurassic Park. They always do really
Is
well.
it Jurassic Park or Jurassic World now?
Is there a difference?
Well, it's I forget what this one's
Jurassic
called.
Park's the original, Jurassic World's the new stuff.
Well, then, if this is a new trilogy, they should have called it something else altogether. It's just the Jurassic Park.
I don't even know what this one's called.
It's Jurassic World Rebirth.
Basically, we can't tell you that we're rebooting the reboot. It's called Rebirth.
It's just the next. It's just the
Jurassic,
next.
the new Jurassic 52. I don't know.
They should have called it Jurassic Wars because we got a freaking Rancor in here. Let's do this.
Rancor.
I'm not a.
There's a new movie coming out. A trailer dropped. It's called Primal Wars or Primitive Wars. It's like, think of like SEAL Team 6 going in the woods and encountering like dinosaurs, like violent, R-rated, like high budget. You're muted.
Cocaine Velociraptor. What?
That was an issue of Turok. We had to fight T-Rexes that were in South American cocaine fields. And they
I'd
were
love-
all-
I'm actually excited to see Ballerina. I love
Yeah.
the John.
I heard
Wick
it wasn't as good as the other John Wick movies. I hate to disappoint you.
Anna de
Well,
Armas was.
I'll still say it. I don't care
And I know you probably would.
I'll tell you,
whether it be on streaming or whatever.
I have one set of movies tickets in my queue for upcoming, and it's the re-release of Dogma. Yes.
Yeah. Flash Ray just.
Why would they want to remake that movie? That movie
Not
was just-
remake it. It's just
No.
re-release. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's
I'm like, that
it's
was
an
a-
anniversary release, and the movie is finally no longer in the hands of Harvey Weinstein. Which is why it's
like a
it
lot
had-
of things were.
well, it hasn't been available anywhere for a long time because Harvey Weinstein owned the rights to the movie, and so
He was busy.
yeah. But now Kevin Smith has the rights back, so now they're doing a tour with it and giving it its props and whatnot.
As one of my
So,
favorite YouTubers would say,
yeah, there you go.
pass.
Flash Ray's with me. Yeah, he's going to go see. Nice. Yeah, my wife. I asked my wife, "You want to go?" She's all, "Yep, I'm in. Let's go. Let's go see Dogma."
Jurassic Johansson.
Jurassic Park
Harvey's
21st.
back in
Jurassic Johansson.
Harvey Weinstein has made his way back into the pop culture news sphere.
How so?
Oh man, if you don't know, don't look.
Ooh.
What else happened? I mean, I know the worst.
It's kind of
Fast and the
it's
Jurassic.
kind of the opposite of what else happened. It's addressing all the things that
Would
didn't
that would Fast and the Jurassic be a bunch of
You have to
old
go
guys
look
in
into
a
it.
old retirement
that
home?
face, and like I was shocked by it because I was looking into it because I saw something pop up, and that face is the same face I made. I'm like, wait, what? And I realized that I honestly didn't know anything about Harvey Weinstein or his case other than just like how we would talk about it on here, like just
Oh,
Yeah.
I did a deep dive into that. That was pretty sick. Exactly. He was a nasty person.
he's a
predator.
special case. He's a special case, that's for sure.
No. What do you?
But
What do you?
they're looking at appealing some of his charges and stuff, and they're going back through his stuff.
Yes.
I guess when you got a lot of money, to get lawyers out of you, to get you out of jail.
You can pay for a lawyer. You can go through the legal system. But they're looking at Diddy walking and Harvey getting
What? You
appeals.
think Diddy's
and-
gonna walk? Diddy's not walking. He's walking to jail.
Yes, freaky.
so
a
you
lot
don't
of more
keep up with
sentence
this
like
stuff, then. It doesn't look like he is. If it like there's a like it doesn't look. They haven't really brought up much stuff that you could indict him on so far, unless they start bringing up like the pew pew charges and stuff like that.
So, did you think? You said this is Fast and the Jurassic. Do you think there'd just be a bunch of old guys in the retirement home with their walkers trying to get to
Yeah,
get to the
Dom
pudding?
is the
There's,
Jurassic.
there's only one tub of pudding left, and
No, it'd be
And then
quarter
shirt, and then
mile.
shirt.
Quarter mile. The
Does he use the
Charger
walker like
versus
this?
The Velociraptor.
T-Rex
Uses the
versus
walker to
Raptors
take out
with
the
Moss.
competition, right?
With
With
Moss.
Moss. Yeah.
Got jet,
I'm
little
just trying to think
jetpacks on.
Tom with that walker going like move it one step forward and then pump the arms and then move the walker a step forward, pump the arms.
Tom would just rip the thing apart, like just fucking take the whole thing out.
Another Epstein, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I read a book on Epstein too.
That's one thing they haven't
fabulous
done yet. They
individual.
need to do time travel in the Fast franchise. That's the one thing we haven't done. We need time
They
travel. We need to go
so
back
those
in
cars
time.
haven't hit 88 miles an hour yet.
Yeah, it might not.
that's the
They
middle
haven't
one.
been at 87.
This is not quite as fast as you think we are, Furious.
Riddick,
That would be
Riddick would clear
Right?
the
They
oil.
show up and all of a sudden they hit 88. And poof! What? Where'd they go?
What's your speed limit, Simon? Where you are? What's your speed limit? The fastest you can go.
When you're driving legally on the highway.
It's 100 kilometers an hour. I don't know what that is in miles.
What is that, Rob?
Hang on, I'll get it.
It's 100 clicks.
Okay, a click is 25. What is it? A click is a mile and 25 or something.
It's 62.13 miles per hour, so it's slower than us.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow,
there's
that must
100 for freeways and highways. If you get a little bit more regional, you can get to 110. But there are some roads in the outback that are no speed limit.
perfect. That's what I was
So,
wondering.
so I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that makes sense.
it's somewhat on par with what we got because we're doing like for here, at least in my state, it's 65 miles an hour on on most of the freeways. So that's 104 kilometers an hour, and
It's
then
75 going up to
70. Yeah, no, in California I think 70 is the top, which is 112
really?
kilometers an hour. I do know that when I go
That's not that
outside
far
of
off.
California, then we'll hit 75
Yeah.
kilometers an hour or 75 miles an hour, which is 120 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
75 speed limit means you're really driving 90 miles.
Well, that's like you said, the legal limit, right? I mean,
I was going to say, like, I am a little bit of a lead foot. Like, I have to be obviously a good boy when I'm driving the work van because I'm in a big marked vehicle with my company name and where I actually work and the phone number on it.
right.
So I actually have to be good. But if I'm driving something else, then
Your home address and your face should also be on the back.
We have to be concerned about is California is starting to put fucking speed cameras all over the fucking place.
Oh,
And so-
Phoenix did
we've
that.
had speed
Phoenix
cameras
did
for
that, and they're
decades.
gone.
And so now you get tickets going out to the vehicle and stuff,
No.
but
Just don't pay 'em.
like San Francisco, they're like installing hundreds of them.
Oh, we got
And
them everywhere.
fortunately, I don't drive in San Francisco. Usually, when I go to San Francisco, either my wife drives or I have a hired car. I hate fucking San Francisco.
Do you have red light cameras?
They have red light cameras, but they also now they're speed cameras too.
Yeah, we've introduced the dual ones, or probably 15, 20 years ago. But the big market now is you have privatized speed cameras, so you can park a normal pedestrian car on the side of the road with the camera equipment in it and accumulate the things, and it
Wow.
all goes through to the government.
So
It's a big
governments
money making
Oh,
scheme.
Jesus
Camouflage.
Christ. I would challenge those so fast as when that shit's calibrated and fuck. But
Yeah.
the
I swear Phoenix had speed cameras and we voted them out. They're gone now.
well,
And now we're free again.
I hope we do that because they're talking about putting them on the freeways too. But the fortunate thing is it's like I think they said it's going to be set for like 15 miles an hour over the speed limit. So it
It needs to be a leeway.
So if it's 65, as long as I'm going less than 80,
Yeah.
I'm okay, which is fine. Because to be honest, most of the time when I drive on the freeway, I try to keep it under 75. Nowadays, for most part, because the speed limit's 65. So I always figured that if I'm under 10, if I'm driving at 74 and its speed limit 65, that it's like 9 miles an hour. It's not, there's people that are passing me, but I'm still passing people. I'm good. I'm an older man now. I feel like I don't have to be driving, and I'm not driving my sports cars anymore. I don't need to be going super fast as much anymore. I'm a little bit calm, and I don't go any place half the time.
The new
You need to
thing
get a
here-
lazy boy chair that actually you can drive.
That would be great. But right now, I mean, I only go to work one day a week. It's at 6. When I drive to work, it's because I start at 6, so I'm driving at 5:00 in the morning here. There's the only thing I'm really contending with on my commute is the garbage trucks. Because like one exit for me as I get there, it's streams one after the other of garbage trucks coming on the freeway, and they like to try to go 3 wide for fucking some reason, and so it's like you're trying to weave your way through garbage trucks to
You're
get.
doing that for fun, just to piss you off.
Yeah, I think they really are because there's no reason for fucking the garbage trucks to be 3 lanes wide in the fucking freeway, but.
Yeah.
Well,
Driving here in Phoenix is so fast that in the middle lane, like to keep up in the middle lane, you have to be going at least like 86. If you're in the fast lane, like you better move over unless you're going, 80, 83 or 85 or 87. You need to get out of the way because people are speeding like crazy.
Yeah, no, there's like that. So I got older, I just not as hurt. Yeah, that's true. The biggest thing to me was actually getting out of a fucking my previous car was like a track car, a modified car that had all kinds. It was like you get to the point the engine would wind up and it got all that like fucking shit. You hear the blow off valves and all this other shit, and it made you want.
Yes, everybody. Rob was a hoon.
It made you want to drive.
What?
Oh, that's right. You guys don't use that word.
No,
Yeah.
I don't use that.
Keep going, Rob. Keep going.
But it would make you want to drive like fucking super aggressive. And then like I got rid of that car and just have I just have a Subaru now, and it's like it's calming. I'm not getting wound up by the engine and everything else, and it just gets me where I want to go, and I'm fine with that now because I have different priorities. I have much different priorities now.
The car is just meant to get you from point A to point
Rob
B.
making play to be the lead and fast in the Jurassic. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm good.
What's up, Jim?
Digger Jim says good morning, as does some guy. I don't know if you ever heard of this guy, DJ Lynx.
They may say good morning, but where are they on the leaderboard, Rob? That's the
well, DJ and Digger are both wrenches, so they're nowhere on the leaderboard.
Old School is clocking in at number 1 on number 2 on the leaderboard right now. Lee Newman is number 1 on the leaderboard right now, and Sledge is sitting at number 3 on the leaderboard.
I'm actually down for Flash Ray over. My parents live in one of these older, the 55 and up communities, and they all just drive their golf carts everywhere. I'm down with that. Yeah.
Yes.
Only got a couple more years.
Close enough, Kyle.
I got a great story about a 55 and up community.
Oh, look at that.
What's that? Nice lanyard.
Those look very nice. And those are the nice 1-inch wide ones, right?
I think this might not be yeah, maybe. Seems like a little thin to be 1 inch.
Well,
I don't know.
Across, not
it's about an inch. My guess is that's an inch if you were to measure it.
Okay.
When are the C3 lanyards coming in?
They're supposed to be arriving this week.
So the Alex Ross documentary, Legend of Kingdom Come, showed up day before yesterday. I got the Emerald edition.
Sorry, it's not a steel book. You got to send it back.
Yeah, I got to send it back. It came with the backing tier that I got. It came with these cards, like 1 through 5, and then a variation of number 1, because all of them do have like little card numbers on the back corner. And then there's another number
pops.
1. So they do like 2 of them are number 1 somehow. I don't know how that works, but I don't know if there's chase cards or if there's more than just these few, but pretty cool. I'm excited to watch that at some point today for certain. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I know other people clearly backed this Kickstarter. It did like over $250,000 like on day 1, but I haven't really talked to anybody that we really hang out with. It's like, oh yeah, I backed that.
Rob, would you go into the 55 plus community if you had
me
to?
and Sector were about it that I know of.
Old School Comics says he hadn't got his yet, so
yeah, I got an email on Tuesday. Mine came in on Tuesday, so I got an email that day that said an Alex Ross LLC thing is out for delivery, and I'm like, I didn't order anything from Alex Ross's shop, so I went on the website, looked at my my order history, and like, yeah, I don't know what this is. And then I got an email later in the day that specified that it was they got the first wave of fulfillments out, and people's packages will be arriving soon. And I got that on the day that it showed up. So there's more coming.
Awesome. What was your question, Stephanie?
Oh, I'm sorry. I asked about the 55 and over community. Is that something you would aspire to get into in the future?
I
you want
don't
to get
know.
into a 55-year-old is what she's asking.
Well, when I'm 55, yes, because my wife will be 55.
Oh, no.
See, yeah, no, I have a story. I have a question too about this.
So I don't know. Right now, for the longest time, I had always just envisioned that I would be here where I'm at because I bought the house. My plan was when I bought my house was that by the time I got to 55, my house would be paid off and I'd be able to stay here because I had I've had to, since things changed. We had to take a little bit of equity out of the house, pay for college and stuff for the kids, and so be here a little bit longer. But and I've become over the 25 years I've been here, become a little bit disenfranchised with the changes that have occurred in the area, and I'm not, as I've gotten older and no longer need the hustle and bustle of the Silicon Valley. I get frustrated by commute traffic and everything else, and I'm happy to move on, and potentially one of those neighborhoods may be something that is of interest. My parents seem to really enjoy theirs. They've got multiple properties within the community that they're in, but I'm also not a fan of moving the Palm Desert, so I definitely wouldn't move down there. I'm not a fan of necessarily moving someplace where I have to complain that it hasn't been less than 100 degrees in a year or whatever.
What he's saying is he's moving to Augusta.
So your parents have several homes. They're renting out a couple homes, and then
So they have a home inside the community that they're at, and they have another property that they rent.
Have they had problems keeping that rented?
They just recently acquired it and renovated it, and they got a tenant in there that they like, and no issues. So not yet.
I've heard people do have problems flipping, renting out retirement homes.
It's probably potentially an issue depending upon how much you're trying to get for it, and also depending upon the neighborhood, all the other stuff. But so far they haven't had an issue. They have a tenant and they're happy. The tenant's happy. So yeah.
Bob said, everyone has plans until life punches you in the face. And what's the old saying? If you want to make God laugh, tell
her your plans. Yeah.
Dogma Day. Okay. Tell her your plans. Got it.
Yeah.
I brought that up, Rob, because my boyfriend, who's significantly younger than me, talks about he's going to be so happy when I'm eligible someday to be in a 55+ community.
And then you'll have to live separately from him.
Because then he can dominate at every single sport in the community.
Just trusting this old man.
That's truly like a thought that's going through his mind.
For that matter, has he thought about becoming a coach at elementary school?
He actually does coach. Baseball too.
Because then he can dominate. Nothing's like dominating a bunch of elementary school kids on the basketball court there when the basketball hoop's only 8 feet off the ground, and you can in your face. Exactly. Well, there you go. My plan is to get punched in the face, Pops. Well, you're on your way, Kyle. I'm sure of that. Keep at it. Dealing with rental properties never. Yeah, I did not think that would be something that my parents were into necessarily, but I guess fortunately the property is like around the corner or around on the other side of the block from their house or something, and so it's really close, and it's a small place. It's just like a 1-bedroom, so it's like the smallest floor plan they have in that community. So it was appealing. They got it for a steal, so they can rent it out at below market rates, which is helpful.
I had a couple of houses for rentals, and I had I never had a bad tenant. Someone I had to evict, someone who messed up the house so bad. I've never had a bad experience with a tenant, and for that, I would say they were very profitable.
I think the benefit of having a rental inside of the 55 and up community is the likelihood that they're going to throw crazy parties and
we're going to kick the bucket at any moment.
Well, that might be, that's more likely, right? If somebody died in your rental property and then you got to get a new one. Yeah, I don't know. But will my parents die before that happens? I don't know. It's like, that'll become my problem then when that happens. But
I'm Rob, I heard your place to move into.
As executor of the estate. Everything's all in the trust anyway, so we'll just Anywho,
What's up, Remy Q?
we'll get away from that sad story. You got your wonderful LED candle going. I like it.
Thank you. I also have a candelabra.
Ah, yes.
Oh, fancy schmancy.
Is it on your piano?
Yeah, I used to have a piano, but not anymore. Yes, I love me some LED lights
Liberace?
at night. You know, floating around the house is always fun.
I was going to join the panel, but the thumbnail changed my mind. He watched the first 2 Mission Impossible movies this past week, and he said the first one wasn't how he remembered. He enjoyed it, and he was a fan of the opening scene in the second one. He said,
I'll tell you what I was watching. Last night. I was in my recliner getting myself to just go into drift off to sleep mode. I was on Pluto TV, and I flipped over. There was a channel. It was all the old Mission Impossibles back to back, and I was like, "Oh, you watch some Peter Graves."
"Oh, the old TV show. That's nice."
Yeah.
Legion.
Good morning, Caroline. What's up, Retro?
First of all, sorry for spamming in your Insta. I was trying to get your attention. I don't mean to be pushy. I just really wanted to come up
I
here.
didn't feel like spamming. I didn't see it till I saw it.
Okay. Well,
don't worry. I spam them all the time. Don't worry.
Yeah, can't get her to stop. Every day.
Well,
it's a different
regardless, we
thing.
love you two ladies. Just so you know.
I spam his ass with Diddy shit
Yeah,
and stuff that I know is gonna piss him off.
Caroline and myself spam each other every single day of the week.
Yeah, well, let me tell
On
you
the
something.
most
I love
random
you
shit in
guys
the
like the
world.
back of my palm, okay?
We're doing Diddy. It's Thursday.
Why do you love your back of your
It's Friday.
palm?
We're doing ancient
I think you would
Roman
love your palm,
emperors'
not just the
kinks.
back of the palm. That's kind of weird.
Ancient
Caroline will
alien.
be on,
It's a
Caroline will be on the
figure
most
speech,
random thing.
Rob.
It'll be a Tuesday, and she'll blow up my IG all day long on ancient Roman emperors, but not just the ancient Roman emperors. Specific videos and articles on just their kinks from all of these different. I'm like, this is awesome.
Dude, the
Yeah,
Caesars were so
Yeah. And
extra.
not necessarily
okay.
sexual proclivities, but just like the proclivities of these ancient Roman emperors.
Y'all
for
are you.
history.
Hey,
Do you
Legion.
love history?
Legion, I respect you, man.
What about
I get
piercings?
Legion. I respect you, man. I get kind of what you're saying, but you gotta remember, I failed certain parts of vocabulary in school. You're gonna have to explain what that word you just used was.
People that are into obscure hobbies.
Okay.
Kink.
Weird
Well,
Obscure
while
hobbies.
I'm up here, Legion, I wanted to discuss something with you. I'm not sure if you saw it, if I typed it in Insta or in your chat recently, but yes, I did complete Turok 3.
Yeah, you told me. I actually went back and watched your reaction to it. How
Yeah,
it was,
'cause I wanted to-
over suddenly.
Yeah, because I wanted to discuss it on here because I know your channel's all about them Turok. And
I haven't played 3 yet, but I read the comic
well,
adaptation.
I'm
This
not
past
gonna
week.
spoil it for
No,
you, but
I read the
yeah.
I read the story already. I've already
100%. I'm a little disappointed regarding the length of the game. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna tell you parts of the story and stuff because I'm not that kind of guy.
I've read it. I know the story.
What you know? Book versus game.
Yeah, I prefer the book over the game, to be honest with you. Or it'd be
Yeah,
like
but
next year before I
yeah.
get there.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a little disappointed regarding the length. Don't get me wrong, the gameplay was banger, but that was way too short. That was shorter than.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about that, and I thought about it, and I assumed that it was shorter because they do for the first
Yeah,
time.
that's
you
what you
play
told
two
me.
different people, since you can play as 2 different people, it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, and you know, you did say something like that before, but here's the thing. When someone says a game is short to me, I'm thinking, okay, it's short, but not that short. That was short. That's shorter than my ex-girlfriend who was 4'9".
And you made a good point. If you're like keeping up with these characters through the storyline in these 3 video games, this is where it ends. This is where it stops for you, and there's a lot of unresolved stuff in here.
Yeah, it's like cliffhanger. The part with I shouldn't say this because I don't like spoiling. No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, Joshua dies. They leave you with Aiden wanting to go and rescue him somehow from the spirit world, and they bring in a new voice of the light because she she jumps a shark on them, and that leaves you hanging right there. Boom. Spoiler.
Yeah, another weird looking version I ate on. Someone named
Lylan or something like that. It was
whatever. But like, I don't like cliffhangers, especially in retro gaming. Like, I feel
Yeah, because you know there's no resolution.
yeah, it's like, and excuse my friends, but it's like anytime there's a cliffhanger game, even the game I'm currently working on, which is, I know there's a cliffhanger because I beat the game before.
Her name is Vree, Yvree, Vree.
Yeah, well,
So if you had the comic, you'd be able just to do it's open right to it. You should get you a copy of Turok 3 adaptation.
you know, I wish I could. I 100% wish I could. I'm being honest
writing.
to God with you because
pretty
guess
cool.
what? Because let me tell you something. My local comic book store is right in our little downtown. But you know what the problem is? I can't get there because there's nobody that'll transport me.
Giddy.
So
Got a 1 month member milestone chat. Turok 3 comic adaptation is a tough book for sure. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well,
Mark,
what do
did
they
you
mean
see
tough
that there's
book?
What,
do you see
Caroline?
there's a video game coming out called Dune Awakening, and it's
Yeah.
about the School of Mentats.
Oh, there's also a Turok Origins that's coming
Yeah,
out. I
I
heard.
follow so I follow some video games on Instagram, like Starship Troopers Extermination, the Dune video game, because like I just like looking at the cutscenes that they're showing and stuff, and
The School of Mentat thing looks sorry.
I wonder what they're gonna do if you're gonna just like be doing spelling bees the whole time or what. How do you even turn that into a gameplay? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got to be like it's probably going to be like political intrigue. You got to go choose like, are you going to be a good mentat or a bad mentat and all this shit? I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. What Legion said about the book adaptation of Turok. The game I am currently working on after Turok, which is also a cliffhanger-based game, because they had a first game and a second game, and that's why they left it. They have the Darkness one with Jackie Estacado, and then they have the Darkness 2, where that cliffhanger happens. And I found out in high school they had a comic adaptation. Let me tell you something. Even
chat an experience game.
And for context on this real quick, Marcus, you're not even tracking on the leaderboard yet, my man.
Oh, the game. Oh, the game where we got to do the points for attention and money. I don't get that.
Look at me.
I am Jack's raging sense of skepticism.
I'm just curious if Marcus
is-
can make it to the leaderboard. Not even first place. I don't.
Well,
I'm not putting
man,
that kind of pressure on him, but I'm just wondering if he could track 3 on the leaderboard.
I mean, he's not very good at betting or sports things, so this could give
This
him
is a
something
little
to be good
different.
at.
Well,
This is
man,
really good.
I wanted to say a little good morning to someone that also looks like they're a bedhead, other than me, madam. Good morning.
Well, thanks a lot.
Wow.
Go in, go in, go
Sorry.
in, go in, go in, go
God
in.
damn it! Like I was gonna put a wig on, but no. Now you gotta call me out and make me feel all bad about it.
No, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie to you.
So,
Man,
hey, hello to somebody who doesn't look their best today.
hey,
Right?
hold on.
Fuck,
You
hey,
feeling a
way
little
to-
Western fresh? Good morning.
Hey, hold on.
He's
Hold
trying
on.
to be
Way to
nice.
way to talk to the ladies.
Hold on. Madam, hear me out. I'm gonna redeem myself right now. Yes, you have bedhead, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that is the most gorgeous lock of bedhead I've ever seen.
There
You
you go.
have like
Okay.
gorgeous mane. Okay,
Turn that back around. See?
Yeah,
You
you
that
turn it back around.
Gorgeous
Look, I'm
mane, like the young filly you are, bitch.
Me?
Go saunter in a field.
Like you look like a fair maiden in the morning. Me,
See?
I look like I'm homeless in the
Get
morning.
this bitch a harp.
Me, no, like
I
Get me
usually
my
feel like with my hair looking in the morning, I usually feel like like a group of cavemen were like to come by me. I feel like they would accept me into their group. They'd be like, look at her hair, like for sure, she's one of us.
no, madam. I'm gonna tell you right now, you belong in the Knights in Shining Armor movies with that hair. No lie, it's me who belongs to the cave folk. No, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Anytime I have that beard, which I just shaved mine a couple days ago, yes, I have a little patchy beard that grows. You see that in the morning, and my hair, the normal
Yes.
bedhead I have,
Yes.
I look homeless. Like I have
Every
told
morning I look like
several-
a bitch, so
Lady, you may think
Love
that,
you.
but I'm gonna tell you this right now. You are just as lovely.
Oh, thank you.
A
Thank you.
thousand welcome.
My personality is not lovely in the mornings.
I think it's especially lovely in the
Wait a second,
mornings.
you have
I
personality.
think you are right on wicked in the morning.
Hey, Rob, she doesn't just have personality, she has the cult of personality, but
Ooh.
I got sass.
There you go.
that you do, and hence the cult of personality. But
I can't be told. But you guys, if you knew my mother, you would understand. Oh my God, that woman.
well, I don't know your mother, but my mother. Not that I'm comparing or contesting. I just know that from my point of view, mothers in general, you don't want to piss them off in the morning.
She's like 5'1" and like maybe 110 pounds soaking wet, but she can be a scary ass bee sometimes. It's
My
the
mom-
little ones that'll be scary, bro. It's the little ones.
Well, my mom is short of me, but at the same time, she's not like that. But at the same time, I don't think any of you have seen my mom in the background of when I go live, but when I'm over at my sister's. But let me tell you something. My mom's a mechanic and is built like a
Yeah,
tank.
Mom.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
that's one person I don't want to get on the wrong side of.
Exactly.
Like, there's a saying that we've heard all the time: guns don't kill people, dads with preload does do. No, there's not just that. It's not just dads with preload does that kill people. It's also mothers that you wake up in the morning on the wrong side of bed that do that.
Oh, interesting. I guess you do get points even as a wrench after all.
Elaborate.
As you look at the leaderboard, I do see like Mad Spidey on there and other
Where are
folks.
you looking from?
So-
One more thing.
in the YouTube chat, when you in the upper right corner, it shows
the
you
community.
it shows you how many points you have, and then if you click on it, it shows the
Oh snap!
Dude, and it
The
depends on
the
how much
whole
money
list
you
is there,
get.
yeah.
well, give me money,
Marcus,
but
you're number
also
14. You're number 14.
talking.
Madam, I got a question regarding the mug you got there. Where'd you find that mug? Because I want one.
This mug?
Yes, that
It's not
mug.
a mug.
It's
This
not
is
a mug.
This is a trough.
Regardless.
A weight lift in the morning. I have to switch arms so my right arm doesn't get too big.
Well, regardless, where can I get one? Because I know one
I think I
person.
got it at Christmas time. I think there was like a stuffed animal in it or something, and
I gotta find one now because my grand freaking loves Reese's.
Oh, really?
And I bought her a mug like
I ain't
that.
asking for the world here. I'm just asking for an 8 ball and $2 million.
That's for the 99-cent super chat from Stephanie.
Yes. Tell me about your mug. Well, send me your address. Maybe I got an extra one I can send you.
Well,
But what you can do is you can get yourself a nice 15-ounce Comics Curing Cancer
by all
mug.
means, you have a way to.
Cancer mug.
Okay,
Make sure to check out Comics
by all
Curing
means,
Cancer's
I'll do
merch
that.
shop.
But,
We just got it set up.
Madam, I need to contact you via email for that. Okay.
Okay.
Like
43 months. Wow.
I have a thing where I have to keep.
How long have I been a member?
So,
Probably not that long.
So if you, I really don't like asking this because it's kind of a touchy question. Do you have like Insta or something, like even Gmail? Because that's like Gmail.
She's on Instagram, bud.
Oh, she is. Oh, then
everyone you'll probably run into on this channel, for the most part, has Instagram.
Oh, well then
she has a public Instagram account.
Actually,
in 30 days, my wife and I will be in baby coming soon.
It's private. You have to ask
congratulations.
I strongly endorse the use of inducing. I love nothing more. Both my kids were like that, and being able to schedule an appointment and just walk in and show up and not in the hustle or bustle and go right in. That's the way to do it.
Wow.
Proper job.
Car a lot cleaner,
and madam, whenever we can, I will work towards joining your Insta via permission. And yes, I will send you my mailing.
Yeah,
stuff.
send me your stuff.
Because I 100%
so you can get
would
those
like a mug like that.
Good. I'll tell you.
Sugar
I'll tell you.
candy
I got
stores.
2 of these, and they're a pain in the ass to drink from.
Legion, who's your favorite Roman emperor? You seem like a Nero kind of guy, but I don't want to assume.
I feel like she's a Caligula girl.
Nero is misunderstood.
Oh yeah, we were showing this earlier. Yeah, you can scroll down to the bottom now on the comicscuringcancer.org.
So
Comic
that's where
Screen
they got the reference to Nero. Because if you look
No, we're
at
talking about Comics Curing Cancer right now, so to keep up. So comicscuringcancer.org, you can go to the website, and then you scroll down on that homepage. Bam,
Boom.
right there's a link to the shop.
Yeah, just click on the merch, and it'll take you right to it.
Absolutely. You can go to our link tree on the Instagram. You can go to there's all kinds of ways to get there, but this is the quickest, easy, comicscuringcancer.org. Click right there, shop. The official shop, you can get including mugs, t-shirts, sweatshirts. It's all there.
I like sweatshirts. Do they include
And
hoodies?
There are 3 different designs on hoodies, and 100% of the proceeds, or I'm really sorry, 100% of the profits go to Comics Curing Cancer.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. I got
tops. We got all kinds of good stuff on here.
There are 2 things I have a sadistic fascination with when it comes to clothing: hoodies and tank tops. Because I know they ain't gonna sell jackets.
There's tank tops, and then there's soft hoodies.
Yeah.
Can you show the women's tank tops now? Because I noticed
there's the tank top is a unisex tank top, but there is the because I didn't see a women's only tank top, but we did put the women's cut T-shirt up there just for you.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Can you show that or not? Or
I'm not sharing my screen, so I can't go to it right now. Maybe Mark can. Can you click on the shop?
I think he's on the phone.
He is, but he's also tough.
Hey, he's multitasking. That bird could do that. I'm the one that can't do that.
I bought the coffee cup, which I'm excited about getting, because then I don't have to drink out of these things.
Oh my God, she does have to.
See, I told you.
I'll remove you for a second, and I'll just bring it up while you're.
I gotta give respect is when respect does. For you, and I'm not just saying this, but for anybody to be able to hold a mug like that full of liquid, regardless of anything, that's power.
All right, so this is the shop, and on that top row there, you see this women's Comics Curing Cancer. Boom.
And what colors do those come in?
It comes in white, black, green, and purple, and pink.
I like the green very much. Does it have a V-neck though? Do you have a V-neck option?
It's just a crew neck. I'm sorry, they have what they have.
Damn you with the crew neck.
Okay. You know what? I don't make the.
No way.
It's a heather purple, but anyway. So yeah, those are there, madam.
And the white one. Okay.
Rob, I hate to interject, but why did you say heather purple? What was that?
Because that's the color. It's not a solid purple. It's a heather is this pattern. Like heather gray, only it's heather purple instead of heather.
Again, still learning. My bad.
No worries.
The Heathers.
What's your damage, Heather?
Can you show me a black version of that shirt?
A what?
A black version of the girl's shirt.
I'm sorry, you don't have a website.
I'm sorry, I'm getting onto it now.
No, there it is.
Yeah. I like the mugs.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the mugs and the shirts.
Nobody's wearing it. How can you see the mugs?
Okay. Now, didn't you want us to all flood like heroes?
Saturday's the day. We really I mean, every day is a day, but especially Saturday is that day. And look, here's that the 2025 Comics Curing Cancer.
Nice.
It's on the back.
Yeah,
what is it of? Like an American holding a flag?
So it's a kid who's going through cancer treatment. He's reading the last year's art book, and he's imagining himself with Captain America's.
Aww. At a distance, it looked like something else.
Yeah, the front has a pocket, has the C3 pocket logo on the front, and then there's
Dang it.
There's the classics, you don't have to be a hero to save lives with the.
Are you aware? And I was not aware, but I was trying to type in Comics Curing Cancer, and there's a site called Comics Crushing Cancer.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. That picture of the kid with the cancer, Imagining Heroes, that gave me a little tear in my eye. I already sobbed once this week.
Yeah. I already watched a St. Jude video or a commercial.
That art was
that'll do it.
Oh, you know what does it for me? ASPCA and those St. Jude's.
The art for that piece was done by Chad Shodel of Shotel Arts. He is a big supporter of Comics Curing Cancer. Massive shout out to Chad for that wonderful design that he did for Comics Curing Cancer.
Wait.
Now, when I put in Comics Curing Cancer, right? I'm looking for what? Your Instagram, your YouTube.
To what? To find what?
To find where I buy that stuff.
Oh, you could go to. You can go to the comicscuringcancer.org. You can go to our Instagram, look at the link tree. You can also go to. I'll put the direct link right here in the chat.
Oh, that's so cool.
Comics-curing-cancer.
That makes everything so much easier. There you are.
And Legion just posted in the chat somehow.
Curing cancer.
Wait a minute. I'm about to connect some puzzle pieces. How? How did Legion do that? He wasn't even in his seat when
because I have admin controls over his channel, and so if I drop it in within StreamYard, it shows up as Legion, even though he. So
you would have to say you have the power.
Exactly. I have lots of power. Watch.
On the back of each shirt,
sarcastic.
On the back of each shirt,
okay, I'll allow that.
It should say smoke bomb with the little smoke bomb poof on the back.
No, I can't do that because Justin Birch then wants a piece of every shirt sold, and we're trying to raise money.
And
for
he
cancer.
deserves it.
No, but we're trying to raise money for cancer, not for Justin Birch.
Also, I heard someone say something about a guy named Chad, and let me tell you, if he's the one doing this with the what do they call it, the cancer shirts, like then what they said on the Charlie's Angel remake movie, it's 100%. The Chad is great. So
deep cut reference. Thank you, Tom Green. Justin Birch, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'd like to say that all proceeds from Smoke Bomb shirts will go to the Win Justin a Ringo over Stan Sakai fund.
Or the make me feel better because I lost again meatball sub.
Yeah, every time I lose, the number of meatball subs it takes to get over it grows.
Justin, don't feel bad, but I can hardly afford Subway these days.
That's why we're starting a fund.
And hi, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I was having to talk to somebody about something. How you guys doing?
Mark knows all about having to talk to somebody about something.
Yeah.
Okay, now I got that shirt coming. Now it's Saturday, but I was also going to be in cosplay. So, okay, what time am I supposed to be in this shirt?
Whenever.
Is there like a meeting up time, like noon?
No, you gotta wear it all the time, the whole time.
Look, well, you're in cosplay. But you know what? We're like I said, any of the days is fine, but Saturday's the big drive to try to to make it as visible as people are walking around, to have as many people as possible wearing Comics Curing Cancer to help make it visible to people. They go, I keep seeing that. What is this?
Maybe you should have like signs we can hold up, the kind of C3 signs when we're walking through.
Well, we're going to have a booth
and
have a big banner in the booth, and we're going to be in the middle of the floor. And of course, we've got Mark. So,
What is an idea? Like little signs in a hand or something?
You guys are our signs.
I think a balloon.
We're trying to get you to be our signs for us.
Yeah. I kind of like Mam's little intricate idea about the balloons. I like balloons.
Yeah,
we just think that people are more likely to see you and pay attention than to me holding a sign.
But yeah, at the same time, I do agree with Rob. I'm kind of on both you guys, half and half. I try to be supportive. So
after Comics Curing Cancer, you can reach out to us on the Instagram. After Heroes Con, we'll be starting our drive and stuff for stuff. You reach out on Instagram. We can talk about it. Let's see what else we got here. Really, he was cosplaying slaying a monster with his handicap.
Just some commodus information.
There you go. Honk if you hate cancer. There you go.
You know, I thought about doing that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it.
Not quite.
That's why I just said honk honk instead of.
I'll just
We
say,
could've went-
damn.
I just bought a T-shirt. That counts.
Beep beep. I'm a sheep. Beep beep. I'm a sheep.
Auga. Wait. As a dad used to have a big old Ooga horn on his International Scout. Anyways.
No, they got the little mopeds. Meep 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 meep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You put it.
Roadrunner.
That's what you get those, and you put the air horn on those things, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, trust me, I got the electronic air horn in the morning because one of my friends called me and I answered the phone just to go back to sleep because I didn't know they called and they decided to think it was funny to pull the air horn me with a do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, air horn. Such a relaxing sound to wake up to.
Oh, sure.
That's why instead when I would go wake up my son in the morning, I used to just go. I had a Reveille on my phone, and I just play Reveille for him really loud in his.
Oh, you're talking about the Revel Assemble thing, the military thing? It's funny y'all say that.
Assembly,
I've got that
assembly is different than Reveille. But
well, either way, I have the Revel thing as one of the musical soundtracks on one of my streaming apps because we do what we call the Oot and Salute on my channel.
Okay,
So
I don't know. For some reason, Legion's really interested in knowing, folks, whether or not you wear boxers or briefs.
Conversation that I was having with Kyle.
Interestingly enough, we can add boxers to the C3 store.
We were talking about how it's difficult to find boxers in kid size, and I told her it's always been like that.
Oh, I thought you were talking to a dude, and I'm like, what?
For full blown boxers, probably, but I think boxer briefs, though.
That's not an option, Rob.
So Digger Jim is in a combo, so half of his body has briefs on, the other half is commando.
No, boxer briefs.
Well, hold on. Now I got a question. I really think I need to stop keeping this particular conversation going, but at the same time, I'm now curious. What's the difference between boxers and boxer briefs? I thought they were the same thing.
You're gonna have to.
Boxer briefs are tighter.
Very different.
Briefs.
Tighter, more tighty whitey underwear.
Boxer briefs are just long sleeve briefs. That's
tighty
all
whities.
Yeah,
it's like
I get it now. Briefs, as in keeping it brief, discreet. Yeah, I got you. No, I get it.
Is Matt Spidey going to Heroes?
Lame conversation. No, he's not.
He's not. Okay.
He's going to go in 2099.
By the way, is Matt Spidey still here? Or is he turning off his camera reasons? Because I wanted to say hello to him.
Yes, he said that he doesn't want to see any of us anymore, so he turned off his camera.
Yeah, he's sick of looking at our faces.
What do we do?
But
I think we've horrified him enough, and he.
But you're right, Justin. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yes, exactly.
Old school comics.
I thank you for making that connection very quickly. You are smarter than you look.
Thank God, right? Because
I'm a terror now. I am so glad I woke up early, even though the way I woke up was not pleasant.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't you start, DJ.
DJ? Who's DJ? Oh, him. But yeah, wait, hold on. What? Is that a question?
Yeah.
Don't try, it's it's a really deep throwback, deep
An
cut.
old rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Well,
don't,
you say throwback like I don't know.
You don't.
You don't.
It's from years ago.
Years ago, YouTuber. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
DJ trolling the chat.
Okay.
Trying to start a Looney Tune conversation.
I'm gonna play the bit then.
But just serious question: who is your favorite Looney Tune character?
But seriously though.
I'm not gonna answer that, but we'll
Don't fucking start.
See, you get this reaction from people that were there for it back in the day. Like
Legion, you're despicable. There.
So
there you go. There, I'm done.
Hey, DJ, while you're at it, can you do a shout out video for me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on now.
I know we we weren't supposed to keep this going, but I want to show you guys something that I literally wear every Easter. Hold on.
Hope it's not a pair of boxers.
Is
all
it
right.
Easter Bunny costume?
No, there ain't no commando here, buddy. Wait
Special
here.
forces only. There you go.
Nah, wait.
Yes.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, you guys keep talking. I'm gonna go.
Oh, don't worry,
see
we
if I
will.
go- I'm gonna see if I can locate it. I did kind of clean my room recently, so.
Got it. Yeah. And there you are. And yeah, Mr. Justin Birch. So we said hello. Any new ducks in your collection recently?
No, I've actually I have not bought any comics in anticipation of increasing the Heroes Con budget.
Nice.
Good thinking. Good restraint.
Have you
Justin.
started getting your list of these are the ones I want to hunt for, and figuring out where your price ranges are and your grade ranges are that you're targeting?
Yes.
I'm very proud of you, sir.
Yeah, like I'm going in with a very it's tiered, right? So like this is the book I'm looking for, but if I can't find it, then we move down to the second tier.
Right. This
What's your
is
holy
where
grail?
I have an X amount of budget, so these are the ones I'm looking for, my priority. And if I can find it, that might eat up, like for me, my top priority book will eat up a good amount of my budget. But like last year, if I don't settle on that, then that opens up the tier 2 books to a fair number of them in order to fill that. Yeah, I'm with you. Very good strategy. I approve.
Justin, what is your end all be all book that you're happy with?
For future reference, Rob, internationals, it seems to work.
Phenomenal. Well, there you are.
man.
So there you go. Able to did you get yourself a hoodie, or I know you love your hoodies.
Yeah, but at that time it will be hot weather, so I got.
Oh, that's fair.
Some newer t-shirts.
Well, what are you talking about? It's gonna be winter for you.
October. That's spring.
Well, no, I meant I'll come in when it gets to you here in the summer. For us, your winter. Yeah. But either way, fair enough. I understand.
Yeah. So, but at least internationals know it does work. So
good.
I should have an email confirmation here.
Longhorn, Leghorn is the only acceptable answer. I wonder how much. I wonder how much shipping. How much was shipping? If I can ask.
I spoke too soon.
Is it saying you got a problem?
Unfortunately, there was an issue processing payment.
Oh,
this can happen for a
There's Mark's stream right there.
I'm really confused why that seahorse made that giant seahorse
Why the giant seahorse what?
Made a horse sound initially.
Now, what would a seahorse sound like otherwise?
I'm not sure, but I wasn't expecting a regular horse sound.
Oh my Jesus!
He just goes to roar, and it's just
A seahorse would sound like this underwater, though, right?
Yeah, just bubbles.
Well, it would sound a seahorse. I just assumed. Excuse me. I just assumed that a seahorse would sound like a seahorse, of course, so because nobody talks to a seahorse, of course. But unless, of course, that seahorse is the famous Mr. Ed.
Yeah, good to see you here, John. Rejoin the channel members. Big shout out to him.
I got to type it all in again.
That just reminds me, we're running out of time here. I hope everybody has entered the Epic Summer giveaway that I have posted. The entry video is up. It looks like this. You can go back and enter it. Everybody is eligible to enter. There's numerous prizes, numerous ways to win prizes, from commenting on the video, being in the live chat. Even the channel members in the Legion tier will be on a wheel all to themselves. But there's all kinds of prizes. But there's all kinds of giveaways. You don't want to miss out. We're celebrating this epic summer in style.
Giveaways, you say?
I would like to answer Madam's question and say what book I'm looking for, Heroes.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
So this is not a joke. This is not me bullshitting you guys. I am legitimately looking for an Albedo number 2.
What the hell is that?
That's the first appearance of Usagi Yojimbo.
Okay, I repeat my question again.
It says Bunny Rabbit, who's a samurai and talks to people, but it's Justin's arch nemesis who created the character. So he figured he's trying a different strategy of beating him in the Ringo Awards this year by supporting him.
Well, not supporting him.
Way to mind trick the universe, Justin. I like it.
He's not getting the money.
Right, that's true. He already got paid.
If Justin doesn't win next year, he's just sending this guy cold hard cash. This doesn't do the trick.
Now, will you then?
Pieces of his heart.
Hello, Digger Jim.
Will you then be taking that book and then signing it yourself, just to fuck?
Boom! Now we're through. Now we're through.
What's up, Mad Spidey?
Send it to him.
Exactly. Here you go. I found this. Thought you'd appreciate it. And he'd be like, "Oh, who the fuck is Justin Birch?"
$34, Rob. $34 with shipping cost.
Is that USD?
No, AUD, but
no, that's USD.
Oh, USD. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not to get to Australia. That's
my credit card. That's what it was.
Oopsie. By the way,
it works.
But will you get that Albedo 2 signed by Stan?
That's the real question, right? Like, I walk up to his table and be like, "Hi, you've beaten me multiple times for best letterer. Please sign my book."
Yeah, dick.
I'm about to turn to the Energizer Bunny.
Rob, can I ask you a question real quick?
You can. I might even answer it.
Thank you.
Stan will win again. Don't you fret.
Do you have the graphics of your C3 logo, just the C3 that you could throw me on Instagram?
Maybe. Why?
Thanks.
You use it for your own nefarious purposes and try to take over the world?
No reason.
Like we do every night.
Let me know.
That's what I like. She's funny.
If you could do that as soon as possible, that'd be great.
Oh, well, that's not going to happen then because I don't have it on this computer.
Oh God, okay.
I have to be on my other computer.
What about you, Martin? Do you have anything like that?
Anything like what? I was ignoring you.
Oh, okay. Well,
don't forget about a major C3 announcement happening Sunday.
Nothing personal. I was ignoring everybody.
Okay. I was wondering if you have a C3 graphic.
Yes.
The C3 graphic.
Of just the letter C number 3 or the actual full logo?
That and then maybe with the Comics Curing Cancer next to it.
Yeah, we have all of those things.
You have some?
Not in my pocket.
Well, could you throw me one on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
A graphic of it.
IG me your email address because graphics don't come through in full high quality on Instagram. If I send it to you in your email and you just click on it and save it, it comes through in high quality. That way we don't look like we're running some kind of sham organization.
Okay, in just a second.
Yeah. Justin, you can just pull Tanya Harding and bust his hand so he can't let her.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
That's a throwback right there. I love it.
Oh my God, Drew Manchu made it to chat, and I saw him last night on Jigs.
Boom! We got a $2 super chat from Coco Love Chevy. Getting some Monsterverse clips now. I got to get some new clips in here too.
You know, I was thinking big. As in Big Chungus. I wasn't thinking Big Chungus Godzilla, but that's okay. I like Godzilla. He's cool.
Hell yeah, he's cool.
Y'all remember?
I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Godzilla brings the world together.
I'm gonna tell you something, like, because
whenever he's not tearing it apart.
When he's not tearing it apart.
Unless it's Tokyo. Unless it's Tokyo.
Well,
yeah, he really hates that.
He brings the people together. He destroys the world.
You got to do the noise as well, Jim.
I'm gonna tell you this right now because here's the thing. Oh,
no, tell me to me tomorrow.
I want to hear you roar.
No, I don't know his roar.
I can't roar. I can do this.
Is that a piggy bank, Jim?
I didn't do it.
Oh, who did that? That was awesome.
That was me.
I felt like I was in
that sounded like Chewbacca to me.
Jim, was that a piggy bank?
Yeah, that's a piggy bank.
Well,
that's really cool.
Oh, wow.
He's got some Monets in it.
If that money is anything past 1920, I'm upset with you. It's antique coins only.
Antique coins only. I got these. I got antique coins right here. Man, I'm done rolling coins. At least for now. I rolled like $210 in dimes just dimes. I'm not
So
sure
that's
why
more
my
than 2 cents.
father had this big piggy bank, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm the one rolling these. And of course, my brother's like, yeah, you're Digger Jim. That's what you do. And so, but it was just dimes. I emptied it out. I was like, was he on a dime kick or something? So
I don't know. They always say it's a crime to pay more than a dime around here.
One
Especially
dime
merchants
down.
auto.
he's going. All that money is going to be chopped up and.
Wait, who said that?
What's
So-
new
Oh.
with you other than rolling $200+ worth of dimes?
I
that your father
am-
left you in a big jug.
You know
Thank
what?
you, DJ
I
Legs.
wanted to. I appreciate you letting me have the podium for a second. One of the videos that I'm currently working on is like, you know, I haven't titled it yet, but it's like, 5 steps to having a fun going to a con or something like that, or here's some do's and don'ts for going to a con, that type of thing. Comic-Con, so that you can enjoy it and you're not stressing over it. Because I think that some people stress over it when they go. They want to go, but they're not sure.
Step 1, keep your cash in your pocket.
Yeah. No, step 1, always go with Legion to negotiate. That's step 1.
I like how
the other-
3 years ago you went from me slapping your hand at a con to now telling people how to go to a con. That's
Right.
That's growth.
No, man, that's progress for sure. But that, and I wanted to say that last night we had a guest on Gary's show that I'd never met, and that was kind of cool.
Who was
And
on?
his name is
Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Bruce is awesome, man.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
just
Bruce is awesome.
one of the books that he showed was the Batman Jim Lee. Probably like, I think he said it was like 2000.
Let's go with the $2 super chat. I'll apologize on his. I didn't interrupt you, but that's how it works around
No,
here.
you got to do what you got to do, sir.
No, it's okay. I also got jump scare, but it's okay.
But it was when Jim Lee was doing the covers for him. I think that was like 2008. And that was one of the books in his 1011. And the reason why it was the one with the story is because that's the book he had when his when he got the news that his father's cancer had returned. So I did, bring up to him after the show talking about C3 and letting him know, hey, this is a good, organization to look into if you want to help fight cancer. So another person on board is never a bad thing.
By the way, you said
But yeah, it was a
Batman.
great show. Great show.
You said Batman, right? I got this.
Yeah.
This is literally the only Batman comic I have, and it's the only one I appreciate, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Nice.
Awesome. And so yeah, that, and yeah, that's really, I do have some questions like, Madam, what kind of money are we talking about if we wanted to get like a bust of Rob's head made?
Rob's head. Well,
Depend on whether you want it bronzed or not.
yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Madam does that.
Just
Oh yeah, Bronson, it would put that money up there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
This is
Hey,
the process.
Justin,
What if I wanted to just be able to cut it open
step
and,
up your
and
game.
have like a phone in there like that?
What about candy?
Or a button.
Like M&Ms? An M&M dispenser
Yeah,
jar?
or M&Ms of Rob's head.
Yeah.
Gummy
Or it can
brains.
dispense out of his mouth.
Fill it with gummy brains.
I'm not allowed to eat gummies after the last Heroes Con 2 years ago.
No, you open up the head and Spider-Man 29. The copy
Anyway,
of Spider-Man
if I-
29.
If I had to sculpt Rob's head, I would do it from as cheap as I could. And it would be pretty easy for me to do, I think.
I
because
know. I
of
don't
Rob.
think it'd be hard at all. You just did, what's his name? What is his name?
Which one? Henry Longfellow?
Yeah, that dude.
That did it in like 2 days.
Yeah, that dude,
You guys
that
got to
guy.
give me a minute. I'm trying to fathom
Rob's
what you
just
guys just said about that. Open his
round
head.
and it's just that when you were shooting pictures of it, I was like, I wonder what Rob's head would look like that. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, Rob would make a great looking
And then
sculpture
be able
because
to cut it.
the stash is so
Hit the button.
his stash is so prominent. His goatee is so prominent,
Yeah.
and then everything else would be all smooth. But this would have so much detail in his face and his eyes.
Right.
And stuff
You
and
can
the
get
rest.
you can like
So he'd make a good sculpture.
exaggerate his features too. Like make sure the mustache comes way out and curls. Make it like a realistic face, but a caricature beyond there.
Like Salvador Dali.
Like my caricature.
Rob, you're a real person, buddy. I've been telling you this for years now. Yeah.
Like that guy.
100% Rob is the man with the plan and the man with the mustache style. He is the epitome of mustache castache.
No, this man is the fucking epitome of order. And I am the equal and opposite of Rob's order. Because I'm going to Heroes Con with not a goddamn plan.
Oh my god.
Lady, can you repeat that?
Well, watch my video and we'll talk about it.
Lady, part of what you said kind of glitched out because you pounded or did something. I couldn't hear part of what you said. Sorry, I do have hearing.
I said that you were brilliant. No, Rob Fatstacks is a planner. He's a man with an agenda. He likes his order. He likes to know where he's going to be. And I am going with the explicit intent to have zero order. I don't want to think.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like fly by the seat of my pants. Like
I want
to be somewhere at some time exactly.
I'm not
you say that, but I already have Thursday.
You're gonna have pants, is what you're saying.
Not gonna
Pants
lie.
will be on.
Not gonna lie.
Make sure.
Lady, you and I are one of the same person. I don't plan. I wing it.
That's disappointing, Lady Death, because you're in science.
You
can't be winning in science, girlfriend. You can't do
I have
shit
to play. Do you
together.
know how much order I have every fucking day of my life?
Bro, that's how flubber is made, okay?
I have
That is
to
how
follow the
flubber
rules
is
all the
made.
time. That's why I don't want any plans.
I understand. I do contracts. I love the structure is relaxing.
No more protocols.
Look, here's the thing: you set a plan, but it doesn't mean you have to live by it.
That's why you build contingencies.
Right. Thank you, Rob. But
I don't know whether to go with Deadpool going guns blazing or go with what is it? The Rorschach and saying no compromising.
Mike Tyson. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
The funny thing was, I was in my LCS yesterday, and the shop owner was in there. She's not in there very often, but she was in there, and she goes. She was complaining about she was re-alphabetizing games on the shelf, complaining that somebody on the staff doesn't know their alphabet. And I said, and so I told her, I said, well, maybe they do, but they're just using a different alphabet. And she turned and she looked at me and she said, Rob, I've seen your videos. There ain't no way you would put up with people using different alphabets. Shut up.
Damn.
Also,
shut up, Rob.
Can we just appreciate how much fun it would be to organize those board games on the shelf alphabetically?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Very relaxing, wouldn't it?
No.
I agree.
No, not at all. It sounds like hell to me.
Oh, well,
better than using a Dewey Decimal System.
Jesus Christ! Yes, my God, worse.
How many board
Who
games?
came up with this asinine system? This is stupid.
Dewey.
Yeah, the part of Huey, Dewey, and Louie, he came up with it, the Dewey one.
So long, Suey.
The Ducks came up with it, you guys.
Yeah.
See, I don't have a specific, I have a list of, there's a lot of different books, but for me, I'm more of, I'm going to see what they got, and they may have some things that might fit into my collection, or they may not, but I'm not one with, I've got Lois Lane 70 on the mind. Okay. I want to try and find it. But if I can't find it there, I'll find other things, maybe other Lois Lanes that I don't have. I'll find stuff.
Look, if you find it, here's a pro tip. Don't get all excited and go, I finally found it, because then you can never negotiate the price.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find Mark. And
My brother looked at me and was like, you're
Mark,
an idiot.
We're going to be renting. By the way, guys, Mark will be available for rent for your negotiations at the C3 booth.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
Available for a very large donation.
Give him a cookie
or a
and he'll argue
percentage
it out.
of the book money he saves you.
Yeah, right. Hold on. I want
for my services. It's going to directly correlate to donations for C3. It's the only way this works.
I've got $65 in.
By the way, DJ says he's looking for all the Lois Lane number 70s.
I need to excuse myself. It's like my stomach just growled. I need to go eat something.
All right, bye.
Reload on the
BRB.
Have a good morning.
Have
I'm
a good
not
breakfast.
leaving. I'm just going to BRB. Taking a snack break.
BRB.
DJ, I thought you was doing that sexual harassment training. Come on. Get that over with.
He already knows how to do
Messing
that.
around.
He already knows how to
he's
sexually
already
harass.
proficient.
He's already invited Mark and I back to his room after hours. So.
This isn't a lie. This dude's scheduling alone time in his bedroom with us. This is 100% true.
I was like at the C3 casting couch.
Is there more context to this? Maybe.
like
Does
it.
it matter right now? No.
That should be a
What we're
thumbnail.
saying is absolutely true.
Well, I've
Not
seen
for
this
nothing, I
video.
kind of regret putting on the spice suit now.
It's probably hot. I missed a $2 super chat from Coco Love Chevy. We're moving on to BBS now.
There we go.
What is BBS?
Batman.
Batman versus Superman. And for those that missed
Oh,
it, in case you're looking down,
BVS.
Caroline, here you go. You can rest assured there probably are no clips of Batman hitting Superman, or there might be.
Is this
There
the
might
cover
be.
you wanted, lady?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's the first Silver Age appearance of Catwoman.
She's got it. She looks cool on the cover.
Oh yeah, she's
A lot
Yeah.
cooler than the other girl who's like.
She's got a special cage.
Lois.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
Kryptonite cage.
I have a feeling you'll be able to find it there.
You think?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm
And,
sure
Yeah.
it'll be around.
I mean, you'll
Legion did make
be
a
hunting.
point. I might go change because it is hot in here.
Yeah.
Trust me, I like hunting. I'm a
yeah,
hunter.
I mean,
There's
this-
lots of hunt.
I'm a hunter.
I mean,
You'll
this
enjoy
con
it.
is so massive, Lady F. I mean, just
Yeah, I'll have to take it by little chunks at a time. I
Yeah,
chunk it out.
absolutely, you will.
It's a lot of boxes to dig through. You got to pay
Yeah.
yourself.
Doing a lot of gridding of the area and going, all right, let's do this section.
And
this
see,
section.
I'm only good for about 2 to 3 hour chunks of just straight digging.
And that's
So it's
fine.
like, I can do that, and then I'll go and derp off for a little bit.
Go get
and
some
come back.
signatures. Go hang out. Go eat. Go.
Yeah. Well, hey, what is it like during each day? What time around does it close? Do the vendors stop every day?
7.
At closing.
What is that? 7, 8?
I think it's listed on your badge and your thing. I think it's
7
like
p.m.
7 p.m. on Friday and
okay.
Saturday or something. I don't know. I think it's the same. Except Sunday's earlier. I think it's 6 on Sunday.
So day crawlers.
When it starts earlier, depending on what it is. But it's ultimately the advantages you guys have is being in the area and stuff. You can go digging. For me, I go there. It's like I'd love to spend time digging through all those books and stuff.
You can't take anything
but
back.
I could. I'd have to ship stuff, and I really don't want to have to deal with boxing it up and paying what I'm sure that FedEx store there charges over.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ridiculous rates and whatnot.
At least you get a few books, right?
I could. Yeah, I usually do. I do have some capacity to bring stuff back. I could, and if I really did go crazy, I'm sure Mark would hook me up and take some books and then let me ship them to myself via him. But I really,
and being that Rob's putting our business on blast in public like that, I do need to put the asterisk there that I would not do that for other people. That's just for Rob.
Right. I have to. And what it costs. Let's be honest. What it costs me to do that, you guys don't. We're not going to talk about it in public. But if it's like, I really. That's why I got to be careful. Wow.
He is whack.
This guy is. Listen, cornbread. Listen, cornbread McGee.
Yeah.
He
had to have his corn muffin today.
I know.
Oh, is there a goal? Because I missed this story at the beginning.
So
you get XP points.
We gotta Mark has to choose his.
I'm over here chasing clips. I'm about to putting a new one in. We'll hit him I'll hit him with a new one.
Okay, well then after that there'll be the $2 super chat now from Coco Love Chevy. It says halfway to our goal chat. There you go.
Let's hit them goals.
But yeah, no, that's why when I go out there, I'm always looking for at the big books mostly because that's there, and especially this year for me. I have the week after Heroes Con is the Berkeley Comic Show out here, which is our best comic show that we have. And so I'll be there, and that I got lots of opportunity to get bulk up on raw books then. So for me, Heroes Con is about big game hunting and commissions.
Dude,
I got
Did y'all
5
s-
commissions to pick up right now.
did y'all see what I posted from my Santos sisters?
We
It's
did
about
not,
them like
but
they're
what
fighting a bad.
Oops. Wrong. I'm
Like-
sorry. I did not mean to remove you. I was trying to make you big. Hold on.
I'm just going to read some of this dialogue. They're fighting a bad guy named Scope, and they go, Scope says, "Prepare to eat your own asshole, Santos sisters." And one of the Santos sisters, "I wish I could. I would if I could, Scope." And then her sister's like, "Really? I never figured you were the type." And she's like, "Wow, that's crazy. You really eat your own ass? Somebody got to do it." And then it goes, like, how would that even work? Would you have to like stretch backwards and eat it from behind, or would you have to remove a rib and like front style it? I can't picture it. Like, this is Santos sisters.
Oh my goodness! Oh my god!
This is why it got nominated for an Eisner.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It's hilarious. Anyways,
Yes, Ramina.
With pride.
They should read
Yeah.
that on Masterpiece Theater. or
I'll
something.
make it. I'll reiterate this. If you have to wonder if I'll ship you books, the answer is no. Yeah, that makes it a little bit easier.
No, they already said it. You're shipping them. We already know.
No,
Yeah.
take your own. Instead, Remy,
Too
take
late.
your books back and leave your kids behind. That's my recommendation.
All right, here we go.
Hey,
Here we
DJ
go.
Lex.
Clipped
DJ
up.
Lex.
I understand.
Boom, there we go.
Hey, DJ Lynx, you sent me something on Instagram, but I can't open it up. It won't open up in my Dropbox. Can you please try to send it a different way?
He
It's
probably,
probably
the-
sent you the image that you were asking.
Yeah, the image you wanted.
I know, but I can't open it up with my Dropbox for some
With
reason.
the image and the style that you're used to.
Yes, that's the one I wanted. Yeah.
tongue and ass. What?
I like how you ask him to send it, and then you ask him to fix the way he's sending it because it's not working on your end.
Hey, Rob, I got
Justin,
the
did you not know that I'm
Got the
technologically
reference there, Rob.
like illiterate?
I'm just saying, like,
Madam,
I
don't feel bad. That was me at one time. And there are some things I still need help with.
Aren't we getting a
Alert.
crossover soon? Are we getting a crossover soon?
Crossover to where?
Don't cross streams.
Like a Marvel versus DC, or is that the Batman versus Superman y'all have been talking about?
No, yeah,
It's not a
there is
Batman Deadpool crossover.
Yeah, Batman Deadpool. That'd be awesome.
What were you saying there, Matt?
I said I got your reference. You said there, Rob.
Oh,
Image
okay.
style that you're used to.
Justin Birch, you need some Natty Bow for a Heroes Con because I can hook that up.
oh, is that seriously an option?
Yeah. I just go across the street and pick it up.
Oh,
John won't care. We'll just bring it down in the car.
that would change the entire
Mask of the
weekend.
Phantasm.
I mean,
Yeah,
like, how
but
much
I
do you
had
want?
to be-
You want
sorry.
like 12? What do you want?
What you want?
Let's do. How big are for those who have stayed in the West End before? How big are there? First off, are there fridges in the room?
Yeah, little mini fridges. I'd say depending on your room. I don't want to just give you a blanketed answer.
Yeah, they're like little
Okay.
mini fridge.
I heard Mario sound.
Now, I mean, for an extra fee of like coming by and saying hi to me, I could even bring them in a cooler or something.
Well, okay, this deal just keeps getting better.
It's
Yeah,
actually a trap. Don't fall for it.
I'll take a case.
Really? You want a case?
24 is what I mean by a case.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will gladly pay you for them.
I will make it happen. I know how much you appreciate it, and since I'm right here, it's easy to get. Maybe you'll even have some cool commemorative cans or something. I'll look.
Ooh, I love me some Natty Bow.
So
I'm the youngin on this panel, so I'll just wait because it's a modest thing for youngins to wait their turn. Oh.
John says he'll drink it while I drive. Sorry, go ahead, Retro.
I'm sorry that I have to keep it in dig. I'm just very happy today. I apologize.
That's fine,
I
man.
apologize for being happy.
No, hell no, don't do that.
First of all, anyone remember that bit
Rob,
from
you should.
Ren and Stimpy? Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, lady, for contributing. I
Happy,
respect-
happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy. And then the log.
I still remember that bit that really got my grandma to not want me to watch Ren and Stimpy from that song. When the announcer doing that song goes, "I'll teach you to be happy. I'll teach your grandma to suck eggs." Once grandma heard that, she's like, "Nah." But yeah,
that show was a blast.
Yeah, that was. And I kind of
Powdered
wish I
Toast
wasn't.
Man. He would scrape off his butt.
I wish people would stop
Toast
restricting me from shows back then. But being autistic and being sheltered a lot, go figure. But yeah, this is real.
The next clip is in there. The next clip is loaded for the next super chat.
I know the mug's a bit dirty.
Hey,
We were talking
Retro,
about mugs
check it out.
earlier. It's a bit dirty. I have to clean, but there you go. All right.
Boom.
Oh my goodness, that is detailed, brother. That is some good detail. Yeah, I know it's a bit dirty. It has leftover coffee stain, but this was a Christmas mug sent to me by my neighbors. And by the way, for my neighbors, rest in peace, their dog Matilda. Poor dog. I mean, she was 17. So. And in addition, Batman. Like, Lady was the one, I think. Yeah, you were the one that quoted the Phantasm. That when you saw this. Now, for those that don't know, I would think that each VHS of this movie would come with this in the sleeve of the VHS. That's where I found it. My issue is I can't find the VHS in my room. I think I might have accidentally left it where my family used to be staying, which means one of two things. Okay, one of two things. One, it either got thrown out or donated, or two, it's a store, which is. No, this is probably worse because, yeah, that's the Phantasm. I think that would have been one of my favorite Batman episode movie situations when I was growing up. Yeah, I know. I would have to say this is probably a movie that came in the 90s or so. Because I'm still getting used to learning stuff. But yeah. I guess here's the thing. The Batman I grew up watching was, I think, Batman Beyond.
Ooh, that was
Like
nice.
played short. Yeah, the first play always cuts off the first little bit. It looks like
That was
heat vision action.
Yeah,
that wasn't Batman doing the heat vision. That was what is it? Doomsday?
That's Superman fighting Doomsday.
Yeah, it was a hunch. I had a hunch.
Big shout out to Jim for the $1.99 super chat. Opening up the new clip.
Nice. You know what I loved about Batman Beyond though is that scene. I can't remember. It had to be from Return of the Joker when McGinnis comes in on the scene. And he's like, "It's a school night, kiddies. I'm gonna have to call you folks." It's that catchy sarcasm. I love it in almost every Batman version. It's just different kinds of sarcasm, you know. So,
I just want you to know, Mark, that I did binge watch not all. I binged watch 4, 5, 6 of Mission 7. All the Mission Impossibles up to now. I got to go today. I think I'm gonna go today. I just couldn't go last week. I just couldn't make it.
Which one did you enjoy the most when you were binge watching through those? You said like through 4 forward, right?
Yeah, because I had seen, well, actually 3. I'm sorry, 3, 4, because I'd seen 2, and that was the last one I saw. And you
just haven't seen them before.
Oh yeah, no, I hadn't seen it. After 2. I was like, you know what? I like John Woo, but he totally discombobulated this. I didn't like I love number 1, and then they gave John Woo number 2, and I was like, this is a John Woo movie. This is not a Mission Impossible movie. And then so I kind of just got away from it, and then I went and you were hyping it all up. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna binge watch these mothers as much as I could over the next 3 or 4 days. So I watched 3. I really like Ghost Protocol. I don't know why. Ghost
Protocol is insane. Like it has a whole different feel to it. Like for 1, 2, and 3 all have distinctly different feels to them. For certain, you can tell like the directors were vastly different in their style and their artistic eye, their like the direction they take the action, everything. But Ghost Protocol is like when the franchise becomes consistent from there forward.
Right. And I agree with that because I got this. It got very similar vibes to me And you know, I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite, but I thoroughly enjoyed Ghost Protocol. I think the most out of all of them.
That was the biggest,
I watched
the biggest standout because if you go from 1, 2, 3, Ghost Protocol just stands out like
right. And I watched your breakdown, and you were pretty much on point with the way I was thinking too. I was like, okay, when I'm listing them, this is how I would do it. I think I might have had one flip from the where yours was. It might have been 5 and 6. I'm not sure.
And at that point, you're really just arguing semantics. They're all just incredible movies. They all exist in that like between 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 kind of conversation. Like when I think, and I mentioned it, like some of these movies can change in my order based on the way I'm feeling that day because they're just that good. And me and Finn watched Mission Impossible 2 last night because he's like he saw one of the old toys that has the rappel rope, so he wants to see all these different rappel scenes. And I forgot how much I enjoyed number 2. It definitely doesn't stand up to the rest of the franchise because just some of the way the action shot, Ethan's doing like a bunch of backflip kicks and all kinds of stuff like that, which gets a little weird. But there's something about Rogue Nation that just I always go back to. Rogue Nation had the best car chase scene in it.
Oh, without a doubt.
I love Elsa Faust. That character is like outside of Ethan Hunt, she's the best character in that franchise. That's Rebecca Ferguson's character.
And then I was like, I'm sitting here looking at it going, how do I know her? How do I know her?
Silo.
And I was like, it's Silo. Right. And I was like, holy crap, it's Silo. It's the chick from Silo. And man, she looked different in this movie than she did in Silo. In Silo, she just looked rough.
Legion, I hate to cut you off there, dear. I have to get going because I just realized I looked at my eBay and we got something out for delivery today. So I got to go.
All right, homie.
I'm not going to say what it is because
I appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah, because I've been told not to say a specific brand on this panel. So
it's not Disney, is it?
No, it's begins with a P, and Mr. Rob does not like the P word. Last time
Fleshlight with a PH.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not gonna risk it because he said he has like a bit of a trauma thing with it. So,
all right, take it easy, brother.
You guys will see you later. But yeah, once again, real quick. But yeah, I did complete Turok 3. Legion, I did want to inform you, I'm gonna try again to complete Turok 1 because even if I filed, there's like, I'm not trying to.
All right,
you got this. All right, homie, I'll talk to you later. I appreciate you hopping on.
You guys lining Mark's pocket like crazy today.
Yeah.
May the retro verse be with you all.
The big.
Safe.
Don't worry, Digger Jim. I have that issue with Jigs on his panel. He'll like put me on Dig. So all right.
They're doing the Lord's work, Rob.
All right.
Finn needs new shoes.
Live long and prosper, guys, and may the retroverse be with you all. Take care,
brother. Buddies. Take it easy.
You too.
I just, I want to know what the goal is. So
What goal?
I don't know. I wasn't here in the early morning. They had some goal thing set up. So I said, you know what? I will contribute to the goal.
There's
fund,
no goal.
There's new clips. We're doing new clips today.
Okay.
No goal.
That is the goal. New clips.
There are no goals.
I got a Mission Impossible question. Which Mission Impossible movie was it? Where I thought it was a cool scene. They're on a bridge and this drone comes down. They're like being attacked by like a drone. Yeah. I like that one. That
was where J.J. Abrams saved the franchise, really.
Y'all, we're gonna get to watch that. We're gonna get to hate watch the Grizzlies again. They're out of jail.
Let's go.
Oh my God! Praise be.
Man, I'm telling you right now, that is some wackadoo people.
I was just waiting for
like 10 minutes with my sister.
You know what? I saw that last night at about midnight, and I had to refrain from messaging you. I'm like, they're back, and they already got a show lined up. Let's go.
I
said it before they got before he actually pardoned them. I was like, they're going to have a show by tomorrow.
Shameless. Shameless.
They had that joint lined up as soon as he said, "I pardon you."
Yes.
No, they
what
did.
It turns out is they had a show lined up when all the stuff hit. So like they're just picking that up and they retitled it.
Yeah.
I read the a couple
Grizzly out of the joint. That's what they should
trying to understand what happened on both ends of the pre-arrest and post-arrest, because I just saw a headline. I'm like, wait, what? I haven't
It's gonna
seen
be
it
called
in
Straight Out of
forever.
Chrisley.
They got
Yeah,
they got the
yeah,
Lord's
out there.
tank. They got the Lord's
Straight out of
tank.
Chrisley. That's it.
The Lord carries many blessings when you have millions of dollars that you took fraudulently hiding under the mattress. God
But
bless.
you under the guise of Jesus.
That's right. That's
In
right.
God's
And
name,
don't
we
you
embezzle.
Don't you
God,
question that man's heterosexuality. Don't you question it.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is
yeah,
a very masculine
let's not question that
creature.
clip at all, by all means.
When I think of peak masculinity, I think of Todd Chrisley.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not that masculinity should define if somebody's
It
sexual.
should not, no, but
You know,
I
but
find
because
myself-
I hate him, I will make fun of him.
My-
He might actually be too masculine. I mean, seriously.
Right. He might
He's
actually
something.
be too masculine. Yeah. You know what? You make a good point. He is so comfortable in his sexuality that's why he feels.
This can't all be true.
It is. It is.
It is.
Believe
Every
it.
bit of it.
Believe it.
Sorry to interrupt you, Cliff, but that's how it works.
Was that before or after? When did DJ drop that?
DJ dropped a bunch, man.
Shout out to DJ for the $4.99er. Coco dropping another $2, and Coco dropping another $2. Cliff coming in strong with the
There we
$4.99.
go.
Yeah, I just had to get a new clip to honor the new super chats appropriately.
I'm so sorry. It's my favorite actor.
Ethics compliance training. I hate this shit.
I hate compliance. Dude, I got 2 deadlines I got to take shit for the 30th of May, and I'm not taking it.
They
I'm
keep
not doing
dropping. So far in the last 2 weeks, I've gotten my anti-corruption training, ethics compliance, and then there was one other something about on purchasing and stuff. Thank God I don't have to do sexual harassment for another 6 months. But
That's what
I
you
was
said.
well, I practice sexual harassment versus having to take the training.
okay.
I already know. I tried telling them I don't need to take the training. I know how to do it.
Exactly. I'm perfectly trained.
Yeah, damn it! I went to the military school. You know, they taught me very well.
I bet they did.
Although, as a DJ, I hope that yours has some extremely cringeworthy, comically cringeworthy dramatizations, because I know like nothing's more fun than watching these poor actors get paid to act out sexual harassment scenarios. And some of them are just so like the absolute one that made me like kind of like just jump back one time was they had an Asian woman at a desk and some guys harassing her comes up and gifts her, oh, I got this for you, and it's like a little stuffed panda bear, and I was like,
How is that
geez.
harassment?
Oh, because then there was other stuff that he was doing in the video too, but
Right.
it was like,
So,
but it was
yeah.
double, but it was
Because
double
I too-
harassment because it was not only the sexual aspect, but then also he was implying with his whole thing because she was Asian and the
You
panda,
must like pandas. I mean, that's
the
a little extra, but
it was a little bit more stuff in the dialogue there that went along with it. But it was like I was like, oh,
Cliff has seen this.
Okay.
Now,
Tell me.
I don't know if it's the same one, but in mine, they're both Asian. And not only does he do the panda gift, but it's after they went on one date and she said she would no longer like to continue dating.
yeah, something along those
Right.
lines.
So there was that added element. So it was like they built like a whole narrative. And I was like, this is just ugly.
They had a whole lore behind it and a backstory.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. It's some of these videos. It's like, oh my god.
Mine was a lot more.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, mine wasn't like that, but mine had like a group sitting around talking about work and, you know, a gentleman that is gay talking about how, you know, this, you know, I'd already gone through that with people at my old job and I don't want it at this job and all this stuff. And then there was another lady that was saying something to the same effect of, you know, oh, he put his arm around me and we don't have that kind of, you know, relationship, that type of deal. So I was like, okay. But then it's better than the one where I have to watch because we do microelectronics. So it's all about like, you know, can you identify bootleg microelectronics coming into the building? And I'm like, no, I can't. Not unless you give me a microscope and I can look underneath there and see where they resoldered spots and all that stuff. I'm not going to see it just pulling it out of the box. That one just pisses me off.
Well, one of the craziest jobs way when I was a really young kid, fresh out of college. After I left radio, my first job outside of radio was I worked at a video duplication facility where I was managing.
So you were a bootlegger.
Well, no, there's like corporate videos and training videos and various stuff that were being made in bulk. Until you've been in a room with over 1,000 VCRs that all load shit at the same time. There's a lot of noise, but also have to like convert stuff from like NTSC to PAL and CCAM because this is old before the modern day stuff, of course. But there were a lot of fucking training videos that I saw for all these different companies. Not only everything from sexual harassment to medical training videos and stuff that were going on. And it's like, let me tell you, if you know how you always heard about the steel mesh hernia stuff, like if you can sue. I watched that video on how to do that operation so many times. If you want to risk it, I think I could probably do that. I'm probably proficient.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
So the one we had to do, the training that I had to do at my university was like being a pedophile, like minors, because we
There
have
are certain words that you say on.
Oh God,
media
I'm sorry.
platforms
Being an
that-
offender. Shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Another video though can't be monetized now.
Well,
Which is unfortunate because there sure were a lot of super chats.
Did I just ruin that? For real? Did I really
No,
just
no.
ruin that? I hope I didn't ruin
The
that.
super chats don't ruin it. Don't go away.
Anyways, we have to work with minors, like because kids will come and do like little summer programs and so we have to be like, you can never be in the same room as a child. Like you have to have all these, and it's just like, okay, this is weird. I felt dirty taking it, and it's just like, I don't know.
Most of the protocols now are the too deep where you're never alone with a child that's not yours, and you're always
that's what it was.
And you're not closing doors and
right.
The
doors open, have more than one person, blah blah blah.
When I was teaching
It just
kindergarten,
made me feel weird when I had to take it. I was like, "This is."
When I was teaching kindergarten, I was told like, "Oh yeah, we're like at the faculty meeting, like don't hug him, don't touch him, don't hug him. Like, what if they come up and hug me? And then what they said, just kind of lean in.
Yeah, don't close your arms around them.
Right.
Seriously, you can't even hug back.
No, it's like you're not allowed to hug back.
Well,
wouldn't that feel good if you're trying to get a hug to your teacher's not even hugging you back? She's like,
Hey, give me an apple instead.
Welcome to the new world, lady.
Justin, what training do you have to take?
At the same time, there's always there's good elements of it too. So I mean, it's not like it's sad that sometimes that you can't do that, but at the same time, people see things the wrong way and everything else. There's a lot of unfortunately.
Justin, does your wife make you take trainings?
No. My training is how to keep the dog alive.
Laundry, vacuuming. Come on, I know there's some training involved.
Right. When you finish.
No, a super chat from Lady Fantastic with an apology that she didn't owe me, but I appreciate it all the same. Love you, big sis. You got one of the longer clips for that.
Love that clip.
I can't. I mean,
Lady F, this show has been on for 2 hours 23 minutes. If you didn't curse in the first 5,
it's not the cursing that's.
She's already offended at this point. I mean,
I don't even know the words that
They'll
the P word
if you say it too many times.
People who have abnormal desires for the youngins.
Oh God! Did you use the P word?
Yes.
Yeah, but you only used it like once, right?
Once.
Yeah, but if you keep talking about it, I bet you skip coming in.
We're 2 hours and 23 minutes in.
I had to atone for my sin.
YouTube's algorithm is obsessed with that first 5 minutes.
They really are, though.
And I'll
They
tell
really-
you how I know this, because remember my one show
Because he tell
that
you.
I can't get monetized to save my life is when you did Comics and Coffee with Cliff, and I couldn't figure out why. And then when I rewatched it, there was just so much filth flying out of our mouths in the first 7 minutes that I was like, "Oh my god, this is why."
I gotta go. Can we see it?
There's
Is
a lot
it
of
still up?
filth. There's a lot of filth.
Oh yeah, it's still up. It's
Oh, I've
heavily
got to go watch it now.
not monetized, but it is still up.
It's peak.
And yet,
It's because
Only Slabs has no problems.
Madam,
because I behave myself when I'm on.
Well, because also Only Slabs are first buzz all the comments, and for the most part they're fine, innocuous.
We could also do like a gigantic intro that's like
Yeah.
30 seconds. So like the 7-second rule, you've already safe by having an intro.
Yeah, I've got that. And then we go into the comments, and we're not actually into discussions and stuff until like almost 15 minutes into the 13 to 15 minutes into the thing. So yeah. Anyways.
Madam, what cosplay are you doing? You doing Rogue and what?
I definitely am going to be doing Rogue because that's my newest one. I just got.
I did see that picture on your Instagram. Looks really good. Great costume.
Thank you. Yeah, I was hiding as many assets as I could, and
You
weren't doing the in front of apocalypse pose. Got it.
I know. Where was the flip side of that? Come on, damn it.
I want to be her. I definitely want to be. I think I want to be Poison Ivy. And I might want to be Wonder Woman. We'll see how much working out I'm doing between now and then. But I would really love to be Wonder Woman because she's just a fan favorite, I think, and she's fun.
Hey,
and then Harley Quinn.
Do Wonder Woman in the golden armor. Then you don't have to work out as much.
Yeah, there you go.
To put in a woman with a huge skirt.
No, oh, there you go. You could do Diesel Punk or something, yeah. Or Victorian Wonder Woman in a giant hoop skirt. And
yeah. Wonder Woman by Gaslight, or what was that? Black Man by Gaslight.
I was thinking about it. I'm not sure if my Harley, I have a Harley wig and everything.
There you go. You can cosplay the 1970s run. Yeah. Princess Diana, but also you also have that whole run where she was didn't have her powers and wasn't running around in the outfit
like a super spy or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody ever cosplays that. That would completely trip people out if they could figure it out.
And I realized I have lost one of Wonder Woman's cufflinks.
Oh no, that might be an issue. Then.
Well, that's
I have no idea where the hell it is. So I don't know.
That means now instead you have to be Miss Marvel.
Madam, how ambitious are you feeling?
Just one bangle.
How ambitious are you feeling?
I mean, I don't care.
Okay, because I'm thinking you design the Rogue jacket outfit, with the leggings and the jacket, right?
I already have it upstairs.
And then, you already have the suit?
I already have the suit.
Dude, she was sending some pictures. She's already,
I'm excited. But listen,
if
you make it reversible so that it turns inside out, and it's the white jacket, white leggings for Wonder Woman in her powerless era, and you get 2 cosplays out of that.
I didn't think about it. I never saw Wonder Woman with white boots and white.
It's absolutely hideous and racist, but you're gonna love it.
Oh, great! That's what I want.
It's hideous and racist. You'll love it. What kind does that say about metal?
Yeah, I was thinking about being Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. Because I'll be so covered up. I think I'll feel comfortable.
Goodness, Madam is going to have 7 outfits.
Are you going to have liquid IV in your water, ready to roll?
Yes. Well, I figured I'm rooming with a couple of girls, first of all. So I'm going to have backup, and other people there in my room are also going to be doing cosplays. So that's exciting as well. That's exciting as well. That's exciting as well.
I'm so picturing.
If there's any time that I would, it's like Halloween. It's like Halloween for me. It's like, oh, I get to dress up and multiple times if I want to.
Got it.
Yeah,
well, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm so picturing Caroline and Christina be like, "We got you, girl." They're pulling on one of the outfit, suctioning you into your costume.
Bye, Rob.
This time I must leave you, but don't worry, Legion of
Bye,
Comics
Rob.
is still here, sort of. So
Bye,
I
Rob.
gotta go too. It's 10
he'll
o'clock. I'm
return
sorry.
and he'll be
Yeah.
able to continue driving this bus. So you don't have to leave.
Finn, drive the bus.
You
Cliff,
may
I'm-
see, there he is. Now he's back. So there you go. You see,
Bye,
you guys
Rob.
can all stay. Bye. See you later.
Bye, folks.
Yeah, I can picture the oh my Cliff. Oh Cliff, I was gonna say the Gone with the Wind doing Scarlett O'Hara's corset.
Oh yeah, remember what's it? Didn't she faint or something?
Just about.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's on right.
So I was watching something on like how vapid the Met Gala was, and like how much people like how much pain these chicks would go through to wear these ridiculous little outfits. And like it showed them after like taking off their little corsets and shit, and like how dug in their skin was and stuff. It's like
that's just ridiculous.
It would actually change their organs.
They would like
they would be
ridiculous. They would super glue their feet into certain shoes and shit. It was just like so absurd. It's like you people are vapid.
I still do that, but
only on the weekends though.
Only with the really hard, the really ugly.
Didn't Jared Leto's weird ass dress like a rabbit or something? Or
I don't like his skunk ass. When is it gonna go away? He's so goofy.
I saw some kind of video about him the other day. He's basically a cult leader now.
That's DJ Lynx.
I know.
Oh, it's a self portrait.
I'm gonna keep working on DJ.
You should.
I just want to know why I should put in the background.
It's if DJ isn't drawing it himself, it's not a self portrait.
Right.
This is true.
So put it onto a table and then have it going back a deep background like a little coffee shop or something in the background there, or just put it a big draw like a wall and then put DJ Lynx in spray paint style like he does.
I need DJ Lynx in here somehow. Like
I think maybe you should probably
like in front of it, like about to like looking at it. Like,
well, you know what other food is like the
awesome.
equal? Do you know what food is like the equal and the opposite of a corn muffin to him?
What is it?
A taco.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you could draw like he's the superhero in the forefront.
Yeah,
and like the villain could be the taco in the back.
You don't
I
know.
don't think I have enough room for all that.
No, she doesn't.
But I think you should anthropomorphize the corn muffin into a hero and then make the villain the taco, because I think it would leave an impression on DJ. I'm just kidding.
I'm just imagining like his face here with the hand coming out and his eyes.
Oh, DJ coming up.
Can someone send me a nice close-up picture of DJ?
Okay. Done. Let me just get out my gallery full of DJ Lynx pics.
DJ.
DJ.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's all I'm doing is strategizing. I'm always like, what are you doing today? I said, I'm not doing anything. I did a lot last week, and I said, I'm strategizing for heroes.
Well, now that you've strategized for the theater, when are you seeing the new movie?
Well, that's what I need to look, because that might be what I do today is just go and see the new movie. I like to go to the ones that like have a nice chair and so
I do recommend, just because it's made for it and it's a spectacle. You don't skimp on the screening if you have like the IMAX option or the the kind of thing like that, to make sure you pay a couple extra dollars and get the last hurrah in style, man. It's a spectacle. Good morning, Schultze. Good morning, Darth Lopez.
But going back to talk about that, I mean, when I was watching it, all gearing up for this, I mean, I had to go and Google. I mean, Tom Cruise is not a young man anymore.
60.
Bro, he's 60.
60
no, I think he's 63. I think he's 63.
Dude, he was born like he's around.
He's 63. I'm telling you, I looked it up.
Can of worms, Jim. We touched on that about 3 weeks ago.
This is his last hurrah. He's got to stop this shit.
I mean,
we're talking about how, like, despite any of the negative connotations around him, the dude is like, you're really nothing you can criticize him about other than being in a weird church. You know, that's
no.
it.
It's not about that. It's just like
Not
every
really a
time
church.
he would like jump off of, like there's that one scene where he's running through trying to chase the guy, and Benji's in his ear, and he's like, turn left, turn right, and he's in an office, and he breaks the window, and he looks down.
He's like, why'd you stop?
Why'd you stop? He's like, I'm getting ready to jump out of the building. He's like, oh,
sorry, I didn't have 3D on. Sorry.
Right. and so he jumps out, and then he gets up, and you could clearly tell like his right knee was, which is what it should be, even if you're 30 jumping off a 2 or 3 story building like that.
Jim, for context, in that same chase scene, when he's on the roof and he runs and jumps from one roof to the other, and he just catches himself with his arms, he broke his right ankle on that. And when you see him lift himself up onto the roof and stand up and kind of limp run past the camera, that was the actual shot. And he went straight to the cameraman and said, "You get the shot."
Yeah,
but you can't hear him say it in the final cut, obviously. But and he just kept trucking.
But that's my point. I mean, physically, his body can only take so much. It's like these wrestlers that get in the rink and they're like, you know, you don't see no Ric Flair up in the rink right now. He'd pull a hip.
Whoa.
They tried to get in there last year, Jim.
Yeah, like that's a bad example. Do not use Ric Flair as your example.
But
I'm just saying.
But in wrestling terms, though, the Undertaker always said, like when he retired, he said, "You only got so many bumps in you."
Right. That's all I'm saying. I mean, look, Tom Cruise's acting ability and being able to do this character is bar none phenomenal. Okay, but at some point, your body starts to let you know, I don't think you should be doing that anymore. I mean,
and how many times can you be hanging out of an airplane and your luck or something like that, and your luck runs out eventually?
Yeah, I was about to say that's a good point, Matt. Just the luck factor, because even with the most professional environment, with the most training, like
only takes one time to mess up.
Yeah, sometimes safety protocols only get you so far, and something can go wrong. This guy, and that's very on brand for the franchise, because like you know, his team gets accused of succeeding with nothing but luck by the point at the end of the movie and stuff, and that's where he lives.
Yeah, I felt it every time he would jump out of the thing. I'm like, oh, and that's why I had to Google it, because he was like 63. He's not a young man anymore,
bro.
Yeah, he's 5 years older than John Voight was in the first film.
I'm just saying, Lady F. I mean, and you know, people like, oh, age.
You know how I feel about Tom Cruise, and I can't say it because I'm not trying to break Mark's heart.
Yeah. We don't have to do that. I mean, he's wearing a full costume with a shield. It's probably harder to run.
This is like my first like little run of off time I've had in a few weeks. So I'm not geared up for sporting this morning, Caroline. You can feel free to speak freely. I'm not challenging shit today.
Go for it.
Me and Caroline will argue for sport for fun, and people get fired up in the chat, and we're laughing in the DMs. But I ain't got it in me right now.
So, Mark, you agree that? Well, never mind.
You can ask.
No, I won't.
You can try to fire me up. But
all right. Okay. Should there be men in women's sports?
No, but I'm not fired up.
No, I know you're not fired up yet.
Oh no, where did it go?
No, I think they should let LeBron James play in the WNBA.
I do think that there are some sports that like men will always be better at and women will always be better at, because there's different centers of gravity.
Yeah,
and because men have centers of gravity in their muscle mass up towards the top, they can do a lot of shit that women can't.
Have you seen that chair trick where like a woman can
chair because a woman's center of gravity is lower, they can do shit. They can do different things, but it's like that's why I think like I really do feel, you know, I understand why men would say they don't want certain forces or female forces like on certain positions, but I also see a lot of like value in having females in the military too, because they can be used to your advantage.
Yeah, watch the show Lioness.
They don't need to be in the front lines.
If you watch Lioness, like it's literally about female operatives and the roles that they have in the CIA, which is something that a man isn't capable of.
The whisper networks.
Yeah, you're doing espionage work.
You're clandestine operations.
Yeah,
set up a whole honey pot.
In World War II, That's
It's
how
only
any
getting into
information
the
got
weeds.
along in Europe was through the ladies that were holding
Yeah.
their little baskets of bread, but really they were they knew the information.
Yeah,
Passing
it'd
it
be
all
like
across
getting into the weeds, but
Some of
men
the
and
most
women have
effective
strengths
spies
and
were
weaknesses.
most of the
And
effective spies were women back then.
in the most
Sorry,
simplest
Mark.
terms, men and women have different attributes, different strengths and weaknesses. It's important to find those strengths and weaknesses and use those, not
to your advantage. Yeah.
not naturally include everybody for everything and never just
Like, I
write
would say
everybody off for everything.
Participation.
Certain
driven
women were
everybody.
really good snipers, and I could argue for a position of for certain ladies being snipers, but like but only because they can be smaller, they can be less detectable. There are certain roles where it's like,
Yeah, that's what
weird
Caroline
woman doing
said.
the lying work in wars.
Espionage.
And it's like,
Natural fit.
I don't get it.
Bleeker coming in. He's saying that women lie naturally. So espionage.
Oh, weird. Woman do the lying work in war. Seems like I got you.
Yeah, he needed to put a period there to
You're not hurt.
Punctuation matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. So I mean, and like somebody was saying, honeypots, like that's how you got information. Like
There was a lot of that in the JFK files. Remember, there was a lot of
Yeah,
and there was
yeah.
a lot of
That's
male
what they were
honeypots in there
concerned
too,
about it,
because
because of-
apparently there was a lot of male Russian spies back in the day that the CIA had to use male honeypots to actively what's it called when you compromise
Seduce.
to compromise the but they use a
Yeah.
bunch of male honeypots to compromise Russian agents and stuff, and then draw them in and bring them in as assets. All of
Yeah,
that was in the JFK files.
I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to get your, any more video trouble. But a certain person that there's a conspiracy theory that a certain person that lived on a certain island.
Oh, you can say Epstein. Epstein doesn't.
Okay,
do it.
okay. Well, there's a rumor that he was recruited. That he was like an asset for like Mossad and the CIA to get people in compromising positions.
Can you even call that a conspiracy anymore? Like, is that? Like,
I don't think you can really, because
that's just a
I mean,
fact.
you hear it a lot.
I mean, it's pretty certain that he was a Mossad operative.
Yeah.
Like he was definitely, because here's how.
Maxine's father.
He got taken in by BFFs.
father,
Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell, Robert Maxwell, is the guy that created Pegasus, which is the surveillance spy system that he sold to Mossad for millions of dollars. And then he randomly died on a boat one day, and nobody knows how, mysteriously.
Yeah, that's why I don't ride on boats.
Randomly.
Ride on boats, so Mossad
The same thing happened to all of Obama's chefs, right? They rode boats.
Like Natalie Wood or whatever with Christopher Walken.
Oh, that's an awful story.
Did she ride a boat too?
I believe her husband did it.
She died.
Natalie Wood. Oh, that's so terrible.
No, it's fucked
Christopher
up.
Walken was on the boat too.
Yeah, Walken was on the boat. I think he knows what happened. I think it was Roger Moore. Was it? Who was it?
Robert Wagner.
Robert Wagner. Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Wagner.
He's all awful defensive. Well, you couldn't blame him if he didn't do it. He would be defensive, I guess.
I think they were just maybe they were angry, but drunk, and
they heard fighting.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Now Walken did testify, like when the police asked him questions, that they were fighting that night.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't think it was good, but the only
And
people
you know something that Natalie was always deathly afraid of dying in the water.
I know, that was what's so crazy. All right, I got another weird. Do y'all remember Aristotle Onassis? He married Jackie O. That's how she became Jackie. He was a Greek shipping magnate, billionaire.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So his yacht, apparently his yacht had the seats, the leather covering his yachts were the foreskins of whales.
I heard those are really big.
I just remember that. You're like, you know what I need for this yacht? I'm going to need a mini bar, and I'm going to need these stools, these leather stools, but it's going to have to be whale foreskins. That's what I'm going to need.
Dude,
that's a
my uncle was a big game hunter.
That's a specific fetish right there.
Bro.
Yeah.
My uncle was a big game hunter, and in his place, he actually had elephant feet chairs.
Elephant
feet?
One of my favorite conspiracy theories of all time is the one that I saw. I think it was the White Files or something. They alleged that Richard Nixon, President Nixon, was playing golf with Jackie Gleason, and they were drinking. And he said, "Hey," he told Jackie Gleason, "You want to see some aliens?" So he said, "We'll get on." They got on Air Force One. He flew them to Andrews Air Force Base and said, "Here's some aliens. Check it out."
That's a very trimmed down version. That's a very trimmed down version of the story. But Dude, Caroline, have you deep dived?
It was a Cliff Notes. Hey, well, Mark, I was getting the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah. But for the people watching, I'm just saying that's a very trimmed down. There's a lot of context to this, but I didn't realize this, like growing up and stuff. But I didn't realize that Nixon was like the most popular president in all of American history. I didn't know that the whole the details of the Watergate thing and how Woodward and Bernstein were not actual journalists; they were CIA assets that got sent in to break that story and make their career. Like that's all completely public knowledge now. Like it was a huge setup to oust Richard Nixon. I had no clue about that. I always just assumed he's this crook. He's this.
Have you ever heard the Nixon? Have you ever heard the Nixon?
He was doing the wrong thing. He was
all of this stuff is like
he was using federal agencies to get dirt on his enemies, and that's when his own party came to his office and said, "You can't do this."
There are White House tapes of him talking about this shit.
Yes, talking about
saying, "I'll give you $1 million." He told
you exact revenge on this too.
John Dean,
I'm not talking that's like that aspect of it.
But
like
the thing that I will say,
he was absolutely targeted to get out because like there's a lot that goes into the old Nixon thing. Nothing's ever as simple as we think it is, and it's always 10 times more complicated than we can imagine.
It's always gray, bro. It's always grayscale.
No, it's not gray, Caroline. You know, when we're talking about politicians, they're all pieces of shit. That's a
that's fair. But the thing is I have pity for Nixon in a way. Like there's certain ways that Nixon was a troubled man, and you can see that in some of his. And he was just really paranoid. And that man, and the man you see post presidency, is a troubled, sad guy, but he really did do great things for us in terms of trying to patch up that our relationship with China. That was really essential. And it kept us in equilibrium so Russia couldn't have like a big
I guess on a general sense, like we're living in such a fantastic time to be interested in history. Because like in this age of information and documenting things, and things are documented so differently. They're not documented as well as they used to be with hard copy stuff, but they're documented differently. And with declassification timelines and stuff like that, we live in an age where you can look back on events that you assumed or knew something for your entire life, and the narratives completely shift. It's just absolutely interesting because what we're told and what we take at face value because it's not that important to us. So yeah, sure, I hear that. I hear you. That's what I believe because I'm not spending time unpacking it, kind of thing. But then years later, you're like, holy shit, I've assumed this my whole life or thought this, and all this extra content changes the whole thing. Does this person still is he still like deserving of an impeachment? Yeah, but does that change everything else around it? Absolutely.
He was a decent guy in a lot of ways.
The only hole in the theory that he was like pushed out because they say it was like he was trying to find out about the Kennedy assassination. But if you know anything about Nixon, he despised John Kennedy and he despised Robert Kennedy. He hated their
guts. But he was still looking into it.
The CIA hated him too. Like
a lot of people hate him again.
A lot of people hated the Kennedys.
There's a story that when John Kennedy was assassinated, J. Edgar Hoover called Bobby Kennedy and said, "Your brother's dead," and just hung up on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Well, and to be fair, like, let's look at it. Try and not be biased. Joe Kennedy basically bought his son a senatorship and a presidency.
Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Bootlegger.
All right. And so he made his money and then he bought his kid the presidency. And the way a lot of insiders in DC saw him as is he was the first Catholic too. First Catholic to become a president. So they're like, these rich Catholic boys, they can buy their way in here. So there was a lot of pushback against the Kennedys too. And I think that's kind of where
if you take Eisenhower and you take Kennedy and you kind of
I don't hate Eisenhower.
I said if you take Eisenhower and Kennedy and you kind of look at like some of their ideals and some of the things they're outspoken on, you can really see why anything that you can consider an establishment of our government hates both of them.
Oh yeah. Well, in Eisenhower on the way out, didn't he warn everybody about the military?
Everybody, and Kennedy was the only person that listened. And that's why they're like, this isn't going to work for us. He won't agree to do this. He won't agree to do that. And it just wasn't working for him.
And CJ makes a good point.
He's not wrong.
He's not
This shit
wrong.
was happening everywhere. It's just that because it was so obvious and blatant, his party had to come to him and say, "Look, your goose is cooked."
Look, chill out, dog. Chill out. They're like, come on, dog. Chill out. We don't let them know everything now. We don't want to like open the, you know.
And now it's like, so what?
They threw him under the bus. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we'll sacrifice him to save the rest of us.
They wouldn't even blink at that today. That's how far down the hole we've fallen, and that's what's sad.
And now they do it in front of you, and they don't. They say, "What are you going to do about it?"
Right.
What are you gonna do? Exactly.
No, you like this. You like this.
Yeah. You want this.
You want it. Take that. Take
Oh,
that.
but I don't.
Take that. That's what I was thinking in my head. Like, oh, take that.
Yeah, but what
I didn't say it out loud though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Well, you know what?
interesting.
You remember when JFK the movie came out and everybody's like, "Oh, Oliver Stone's a fucking crackpot. He don't know nothing." Well, Oliver Stone's like, "Well, what do you think now, assholes?"
He did JFK Revisited, a 2.5 hour long documentary about 2 years ago. It's fantastic, where he just kind of goes back over stuff and like adds in new context and new stuff, because they did that small declassification drop about, I don't know, 8 years ago or so and stuff. And
yeah.
1000% Sledge. 1000%.
LBJ was a hoot, bro. He was not right.
Talking about the size of his gym dog. So some things never change.
Right. No.
At least he was talking about his own.
He was talking about his own gym dog,
not somebody else's.
No.
There was a lot of shady stuff with LBJ. Like, okay, when Kennedy, after the assassination, he demanded before they took off the tarmac in Dallas, and I mean, Kennedy's body wasn't even cold yet, that he gets sworn in immediately.
Oh yeah,
he got sworn in on a plane, bro.
And drug Jackie Kennedy out there with blood still on her dress from her husband. Like, I mean, what the fuck? And then you find out later that when he escalates the Vietnam War, him and his wife had stock in Bell helicopters. And what's important about that is Bell helicopters are the big Huey helicopters they used all over Vietnam.
That's no different than 2001 Halliburton and Dick Cheney.
Exactly. Right. I mean,
that's how it always worked. That's literally what Eisenhower was talking about. Is as soon as you
war dogs
monetize war, you will go to war. It's that simple. And they monetize
it's like the
war.
Black Sabbath song, War Pigs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they monetized war directly after World War II, and there's been something happening somewhere since.
They just spin it with a different narrative. That's all. They you know, I mean, like I remember it came across the news something about you know, Bush Sr. was over in Iraq and somebody tried to take him out in Iraq, and he comes back.
Is this the one that got through a shoe at it? That was wild.
I don't think it was the shoe. No, I'm talking about Bush Sr.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they straight up legit. And then all of a sudden, like within 6 months, his son is like, "All right, I'm sending guys out to check for nuclear issues." And what was that general's name?
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell comes back and he's like, and didn't see anything. He's like, "We're going to war."
And they
shot at my daddy. They shot at my daddy, and I'm from Texas. We're going to war over that shit.
Well, they made Colin Powell go out there in front of the UN and ruin his reputation by lying.
They didn't make that man lie. That man walked out there and lied on his own fucking accord.
But he knew he had to.
That's probably true, Mark. I think
he knew he had to. If he
imagine telling them you're gonna all right, I'll go out there and read it, and you go out there and you do your fucking job and tell the people the truth.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Exactly.
They're not going to do that. But that goes back to Halliburton. I'm sure Dick Cheney was like, "Hell yeah, let's go to war."
Yeah,
I don't own any of that Halliburton stock anymore.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Well, the famous quote. There's a famous quote by the writer Hunter S. Thompson, where he says, "I believe that in politics, nobody ever tells the truth during business hours."
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Y'all watch the Arnold Schwarzenegger 3-part documentary on Netflix, right?
I haven't.
Oh, it's awesome.
So it's in 3 parts, Jim. The first part is his bodybuilding career. Then episode 2 is through his acting career. Then episode 3 is his political career. And the biggest thing that I took away from it, which a lot of it I'm familiar with. There's a lot of footage I've never seen yet, babe. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure something out, baby, when we head out. That's cool. But what I took away was when he was in the political era of his life, he's standing in an office room talking to the guy he's running against. They're laughing, cutting up, they're patting each other on the shoulders, and then they ask, "All right, you ready?" And they're like, "All right, ready." And they open the door, and then they start grumbling with each other as they go up the hallway to their podiums, and they put on a show.
Right.
But if you're just a normal person, especially back then, you're watching these guys with different ideologies that aren't getting along, and it's serious. This means something. I need to pick a side, and I need to have these arguments with other people too.
Yeah.
And just, like he's not happy at that guy's ideas. They must be harmful. Kind of, you get those feelings and sense, but they're buddies.
Right.
They're friends.
Yeah.
They're civil. They're not.
Same
they're
thing
not
with the senators. Behind the scenes, they're all buddies. They go have drinks together, Mark. I mean,
well, I know. I'm very aware, but seeing it is just like,
yeah, it's like the curtain pulled back. But I'll tell you what, at least Arnold, I'll give him credit for this. He tried to work with people instead of just like, I don't know what it says in the documentary, but my favorite part about the documentary, not to change gears, is just how tenacious this man was after he was a bodybuilder.
He's the GOAT.
And he was,
he's the GOAT.
And like he said, I'm already a millionaire before I was an actor because I invested in real estate. And he's like, he goes into the office of the producer, who's an Italian guy that he produced movies like Flash Gordon. He was producing Conan. And he's like, I can't understand you. He's speaking in an Italian accent. I can't understand you. And Arnold's like, well, I can't understand you too. And he says, why is such a little man need such a big desk? And the meeting lasted like 1 minute and 35 seconds. And his agent's like, what the hell are you doing? That's the shortest meeting. He says, you probably ruined us both. He's like, no, it's okay. And then the guy said that he came up to him after they cast him because he's like, who else are we going to get? They said, who else are we going to get that looks like this?
Right.
So he's walked up to him on the set and said, you are Conan. And Arnold just looked at him about skipping a beat and said, I know.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have that level of confidence. You just do. If you're going to run that, if you're going to do what he did, you have to believe in yourself. He had to believe himself when he was a bodybuilder, and he had to believe that he could do what he needed to do to get into acting. Now, is he gonna? I mean, I don't. He also stayed in his lane.
He rose to the top of every.
He knew his strengths. Yeah, he's just like Stallone. Him and Stallone both know their weaknesses and their strengths.
Right. Exactly. That's my. I mean, there's actors meant to play certain roles, and he found the ones that fit him the best. I personally loved him in Twins. I thought Twins was hilarious.
I love Twins.
I just loved it.
I like Kindergarten Cop too and Jingle All the Way.
Danny DeVito and him just tore it up. I thought that was phenomenal.
Yeah. And not to be, this is a good segue for my shameless plug. Next Thursday at noon Eastern, Good Cinema reviews Conan the Barbarian.
That was nice. Matt, did you ever watch Conan the Adventure Continues or the Adventures? They did it for like one season.
Conan the Adventure? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The TV show was pretty solid.
And
I think Shout Factory, I'm pretty sure Shout Factory has the license for it, or they did. That's when I bought it on physical media, was back when they had it.
Conan was the second movie the old man ever went to with me. Like, my father was not into a lot of movies. And this is where it got a little in my head. I didn't care, but in my brain now, I'm looking a little bit of kind of perverting. He took me to see Porky's, and then Conan, and I was just like,
"Did he make you sit in a different aisle than he was in?"
No, but I was just like, "Why are we going to see this?" I may
need everybody's help. Speaking of Conan at Heroes Con, because I may be attempting to try to find the Conan the Barbarian #1. So.
Stay off Whatnot. You might be able to afford it.
Yeah.
I know. But I got some good deals though. I got some good deals. I had a little extra money. I've got like $1,500 to $1,600 saved for this trip.
Nice.
So I'm not going to buy a lot of books. I'm not going to be a lot of bin diving. I'm looking for like at least probably 2 or 3 specific books.
Well, every vendor you pull up to, you need to ask them, hey, do you have any Turok 1s, and just pick them up for me and swing them by the booth, and I'll just give the $1 back at the booth for each one. I'll be stuck at the booth, so I'm really relying on everybody who's out there in the trenches, out in the waves of the comic ocean, to really just ask everybody, hey, you got any Turok 1s? You got any Turok 1s? And just scoop them up for me, please.
I'll ask. I will. I try to look every time I go somewhere. Which I don't get out often, but and I ask people for you. So
I appreciate it, man.
I'm gonna go to that bookstore today because that bookstore probably has like 1 million of them.
You say that, but watch, you'll get there and they'll be like, "No, we don't have any."
How many prints
That's
are
why
there?
I always thought they're just going to be in every comic shop always, and they're just not.
Right.
I'm trying to get all the printings of Superman issue 75. I know I got like 3 or 4 right now. I don't know if
there's a Superman 75 as well as Man of Steel 18, the first appearance of Doomsday. Both of those are included in my Epic Summer giveaway. So make sure y'all check out this video and enter to win. There's numerous prize packs, numerous ways to win. Everybody's eligible. And if you're a channel member in the Legion tier, you're also on a separate prize wheel to yourself. So make sure y'all hit that join button, become a channel member, hit that Legion tier, and get your name on the monthly Legion loot wheel. But again, everybody is eligible to enter to win prizes.
See how I set you up there, Mark? I set it up.
You did. I was just like, wow, that was smooth. But yeah, I like doing that as well. And I love that with those 2 books, they have the subsequent printings that it changes the color on the trade dress.
I love that. I'm obsessed with it for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. The trade dresses just look awesome, especially when you're like looking at them with the purple shadowing or the red.
love the purple one's one of my favorite. The purple
the
shadowing.
The turquoise is mine. I don't know what it is.
In fact, I'm going to get the 3 prints I have. I'm getting signed by Breeding and Jurgens at the con.
Nice.
So I want to get all 3 of them. Mom asked, "Why do you get the same book?" I said, "It's not the same book. Don't you see the trade?" She just looked at me like, "You're just wasting money." But I don't care.
Money. I don't even know if I'm doing any signatures. I'm leaning more towards maybe getting some sketches done. And there's a certain, I do have some books that I'm going to look at, but
I want to get that one signed by him too.
Foil.
Chromie, yeah. And I get this one's one of my favorite covers, Superman covers of all time.
That one is fire. So
then I got like 3 of the prints here. So they're marked. This is my favorite, one of my favorite Superman covers of all time.
Hell yeah, I'm right there with you, man.
And then I'm gonna get this one signed because I love this one too. With the and I got the 3 prints. So yeah, I got like 30 books I want to get signed. I'm really waiting in a lot of lines, I guess.
Procrastinating like a pro. I like it, dude. I appreciate you all the same, Sledge. No rush. It's going to be interesting. I put the expanding the Turok 1 collection on the hit list at the beginning of the year for my 2025 goals. It's going to be interested to do a recap, a review of if I accomplished goals or not for this year.
I got these the other day.
Yeah. I was lurking.
I like that one.
I was lurking last night when you were showing some of these off and talking about your whatnot escapades.
Oh yeah. Well, I had fun though, but I didn't get the giveaway. I didn't get the giveaway, so the
Kingdom Come cards was pretty cool.
Yeah, I got those Kingdom Come. I can't wait to get them. I got them for like in $3 lots, like 10 each, $3 for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, you can take me off the screen, but
all right, there you go, Matt. You are officially taken off the screen.
Can I just say, Vanessa Kirby? Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's Alana.
I'm just saying, she's just beautiful. I mean,
I like the swagger she's got.
And yeah, I agree. I was like that character she's playing, and I was just like, oh wow. And then all the women are strong and interesting in that franchise.
Yeah, the MI girls definitely outweigh the Bond girls. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, because they give them some character.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're not damsels in distress.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. But man, it's something. I think she's a good choice for Sue Storm.
I don't know, guys. Do you think 30 books is too many to get signed
by the same person?
No, by like overall the whole con.
No,
that's 10 books a day.
Yeah, look at it that way.
So should I split it up into like maybe one day go for like get the 10 I want signed by a certain artist on this day, and then wait the next day and go with another line the next day, or should I just do it all Friday?
That specific or serious of a thing, man. I would just take them with you, and you can probably get them all knocked out the same day, to be honest with you, and just be done with it.
Like when you're walking around, you'd be surprised. Some of them will be empty. They won't have anybody in line. You can
do
get
it all on Friday. Saturday's the busiest day. Are you going to be there on Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday will be the slowest day, but the thing is, you can't plan for someone else's schedule, and for the most part, it'll be business as usual. But like some people might have to leave early or something like that. You don't know, kind of thing. But 95% of it'll be business as usual.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna jet. I can go see this 11:20 movie.
Oh no! What did I say? What did I say, Bleak? I can pretty much say anything with a straight face. That's for damn sure.
I can go see the 11:20, so I'm going to go see the 11:20.
I'm excited for you. Remember, it's not the best one in the franchise, but it's a proper finale.
Well, I got to finish the story. I mean, it drives me nuts that I watched it. I was like, oh, that's right. It's part 2.
Yeah, imagine having to wait the 2 years like the rest of us. Oof.
Yeah, I wasn't that.
And I've rewatched Dead Reckoning. I've watched it like from start to finish at least 5 or 6 times. Oh hell no, they're not.
Oh, he's talking about the Bond girls.
Well, they do have the best names though.
They're just fleshlights with talking roles. That's all they are.
I know, but they have the best names though. Like Pussy Galore. I mean,
right.
Sometimes they don't even talk.
You're proving my point, Matt. You're proving my point.
All right. I'll
Yeah,
see you guys.
Good ones. So Olga Kurylenko, all right, Jim, was a good Bond girl.
Bye.
Ava Green.
Barbara, what's her name? Barbara Bach or whatever her name was.
They're the old school ones, but
yeah.
God,
Honor Blackman. Yeah,
Gary Hatcher was one during the Brosnan era.
Yeah.
Denise
Xenia
Richards got
Onatopp.
thrown in there. Halle Berry who got thrown in there.
There was Xenia Onatopp, and there was like Pierce Brosnan, and then said like, "I knew you'd like to stay on the top of things."
Hell yeah!
No, the worst one ever was what he said to Denise Richards
Christmas.
at the end of that one. Her name was Christmas Jones, and he says, "Christmas. I thought Christmas only comes once a year."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One of my favorite lines in a Bond film is in the Spy Who Loves Me, and Roger Moore's in this like ski cabin, like a chalet up in the mountains, you know, with this beautiful blonde, and it gets this thing on his message on his watch, and it says it's time that you got to, you know, M wants you to come back, emergency, and he's like, he gets his suit on and get his skis, and she's like, where are you going? He goes, I gotta go. He goes, I gotta go, and she's like, but I need you, James. He says, so does England, darling. And he just skis out the door.
And then wasn't there a Pussy Galore?
Yeah, Pussy Galore was in Goldfinger. Yeah.
Goldfinger.
Money Penny. I like Money Penny.
Honor Blackman, that was her name, the actress.
Okay. Yeah, there was Bond. I liked it when Tina Turner did the Bond songs, the Golden song.
Well, technically, Grace Jones was a Bond girl too.
Damn.
In the one with Christopher Walken, right?
Yeah, View to a Kill. Yep. And that's probably my favorite James Bond theme song of all time. My top 5 Bond songs are Skyfall by Adele.
Yeah.
Goldfinger by what's her name? Shirley Bass. Is her Bass? You Only Live Twice by Nancy Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
And the one View to a Kill. And The Spy Who Loved Me by Carly Simon.
I liked the Tina Turner one, Golden Eye.
Honorable mention to Thunderball by Tom Jones, though.
Thunderball was a fun-ass movie. That one
That's
was
a great movie. And, you know, Never Say Never Again was a remake of that movie.
Was it? That's one with Sean Connery, isn't it?
Yeah. That's when Sean Connery came back, but it wasn't an official Bond film. Yeah. Because the Broccoli's didn't approve of it. Yeah. But
I'll give Blue some flowers. The Bond girls are you got some memorable ones. You're also talking to a bunch of steel trap minded people about some of this stuff. But the Mission Impossible girls actually service the film. It's more than just.
Well, I like some of the Mission Impossible girls too. They're good. I like in the number 2. What's her name? In the issue, not issue 2. In part 2.
Andy Newton.
Yeah, I liked her in it, and then I liked was it Bridget Moynihan or was it her name? She was in part 3.
Yeah, she's in Jewel. She plays Jewel. She's in a lot of them. That's who who Ethan Hunt married in part 3. She's in a lot of them.
But I thought one of the best bad guys in any of the Mission Impossible films was the
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes, he was so diabolical, dude.
Owen Davian, yeah, one of the best movie villains, dude. Like he was insane. He was wild. Those franchises have good villains. And I know, like, I think, like, legitimately the weakest villain is in like one of the strongest movies, and that's in Ghost Protocol, because we don't get to spend too much. I don't know, like, these movies are very unique, like in a sense that like the antagonist isn't necessarily a person more than it's the actual event that the person is trying to make happen. You know, whether it be set off bombs, release a bioagent, they're fighting to stop the event more than they're like just fighting that guy. And I like that about him. They're really, really good.
You know, I thought Javier Bardem made a good Bond villain.
Holy shit! And Skyfall.
Javier Bardem is a
Yeah, he did.
extremely incredibly incredible.
Like
and the guy with the weeping eye though that bled blood. I can't remember the actor's name.
Casino Royale. That's Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, that's so good too.
And then of course,
we got a bunch of steel trap people up here.
Yeah. And of course, Goldfinger was epic. And then they
you
got
remember, was it Die Another Day? Whichever one it was, where he's
like, another
day. Parasailing on the surfboard at the end, but the bad guy had like the diamond stuck in his face.
That's Timothy Dalton.
Yeah,
the T Dalton.
No,
this was a Pierce Brosnan movie with Halle Berry.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, the whole plot of the movie was him getting a face transplant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Antarctica or some shit.
Yeah, in Antarctica or something.
Mark, can you make me big real quick?
And then he go to Cuba or something too, in it or something.
I've been working really hard on this.
Oh, something is killing, and is that DJ Links behind it?
DJ Links with some
it's a corn muffin.
It's a corn muffin. There you go.
I love it.
You should cross out children and put muffin on it.
Yes.
Because DJ be killing the muffins.
Something is killing the muffins.
T-Dot played James Bond weird, but one of my favorite things of the T-Dot era of James Bond is we had Sharky. He had like Sharky as his little his little sidekick, but Sharky got brutally killed.
There you go. Something is killing the muffins.
The Living Daylights is a hell of a movie, though. I love that movie. The Living Daylights.
The thing is the two Bond films that Dalton made were excellent.
Yeah, I agree.
And like he was supposed to do the third, but that's when it broke. Like something fell through, and then Brosnan took over.
Yeah, and Brosnan was supposed to take it. Was supposed to do it when Dalton did it, but he was in Remington Steele at the time, and he couldn't. He was under contract with a studio, the TV studio, so he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
No, he got too fat. They got pictures of him on the beach, and everyone made fun of him.
No,
serious.
You're so full of it. No,
I know. Look it up.
Pierce Brosnan got too fat.
That's correct.
I'm talking about 1987 Pierce Brosnan and Remington Steele. There's no way he was fat then. I don't know.
I'm just saying that's what happened to him. Like he got some unflattering pictures on the beach, and he hadn't been working out apparently, which is, I guess, a sin for them in Hollywood. So,
of course,
the Bond girl
can top Sean Connery. Sean Connery is the greatest James Bond of all time.
Sean Connery.
I like Desmond Llewellyn.
I'm a little age biased, but I'm a Timothy. I don't know. I'm a little age biased when it comes to the James Bond stuff. Nostalgia doesn't carry too much weight for me, but I really like T-Dot. But I think Pierce Brosnan's my favorite Bond. And Daniel Craig's done one hell of a job, but that's just kind of the strength of like the modern movie stuff.
But I'm gonna tell you what, don't sleep on Roger Moore. Roger Moore was like he did it a different way, but he was like more suave and debonair kind of. But I love the way Roger Moore played it. I don't know. I just like some of the Roger Moore.
They're
like
fun,
Live and Let Die is a fun ride. I love that. And I love the old Southern sheriff. He's like, he's a secret agent on whose side?
Yeah. I like to imagine that the MCU will be okay one day. They're just in their Roger Moore era right now.
Yeah. So Bleak, like
Roger Moore.
When they announced Daniel Craig was going to be Bond, I thought I was not excited. And then I watched him. He's a great Bond. Daniel Craig is a great Bond.
Munich? Have you seen Munich, Lady Fantastic?
Munich? No.
Yeah. You need to watch that and you'll also fall in love with him and Eric Bana.
Yeah.
Have you seen not Timothy Dalton, shit. Daniel Craig in Layer Cake is great.
Yes, I have seen that.
Early Guy Ritchie goodness.
Oh, Larry Cake. I like that one. I like that the Guy Ritchie. Speaking of Guy Ritchie, there's a movie called Rock and Rolla.
Hell yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that came
For some
out.
reason, I don't think Layer Cake is.
That's a Gerard
Guy
Butler
Ritchie.
film.
Yeah, Gerard Butler and Tom Hardy's in it.
And then the actual Rock and Roller himself is
Newton.
the same kid who played in Skull Island, the King Kong movie, but he also played as Poseidon in the second, in Wrath of the Titans. He played Poseidon's son.
Yeah, Matthew Vaughn was the director.
Oh, Layer Cake's a good movie, though.
But it's very much like Guy Ritchie films.
Did they ever make a sequel to Rock and Rolla? I know they were supposed to.
He also did Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Guy Ritchie.
I love that movie. I also like Snatch too. Of
Snatch is great.
Vinnie Jones. It's got the guy stuck in his tie in the door. And he's dragging him along with a car. He's like, and Lucky Star comes and goes, "Oh, this is my jam." He just cranks up Lucky Star.
Did y'all see The Man from U.N.C.L.E. that Guy ritchie did? Where he made a modern movie take on a TV show. That was really solid. I
Henry
like that.
Cavill and Armie Hammer.
Hammer, yeah.
That was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like the Ungentlemanly Warfare movie that
I still haven't seen that yet. It looks awesome. I like Alan Richson, whatever his name is.
Rixton or something. I love that guy. That dude right there could play Conan. He looks like Conan if he had long hair.
It would take an adjustment period to picture him with long hair, though.
No, that's true.
But that's what marketing's for, I guess.
But there's like I'm wanting to see him in some more DC stuff or Marvel or something. I think he could. I don't know who.
There's a little push for him to be Batman. I'm not saying
he
that's
wouldn't be a bad. I don't know if he wouldn't. It might not be that bad. So I heard Pattinson. Is he out now? Is they not going to do that now?
No, it's still moving forward.
Okay. Although I didn't mind Pattinson in it. I liked that movie. To be honest, I liked the Batman.
I didn't watch it.
I liked it a lot.
I never watched it.
It was good. I just like it really had this noir feel to it, like real. I don't know, like it had like a Batman Year 2 kind of feel to it.
Bro, when that Batmobile fired up for the first time, that was a comic movie game changer. And did you catch how it what Matt Reeves did was a total homage to the Adam West series? Because when they're getting ready to fire up the Batmobile, Adam West will say, and Burt Ward, like atomic battery to power, turbine to speed. That's what Matt Reeves did. You hear the whining sound of the atomic battery, and then when they hear it, they all stop shooting and they look over, and it cuts to the car that's slowly starting to illuminate, and then turbines to speed, boom. Then the flames are firing out the back, and it whines louder, and the engine
just
revs.
Exactly like how they would get out of the back cave.
God, it's literally the atomic battery to power, turbine to speed. He does. He is a little stiff, but that's just because he's a monster.
He's a beast.
Is the Penguin going to have a second season? It's unconfirmed at the moment, but what is coming down the Hollywood pipeline is that the other little standalone miniseries that they're considered doing in the Epic Crime Saga are starting to be soft confirmed as of earlier this week, because they were talking about wanting to do a Catwoman one because there's a lot of context to that character that isn't explored. She has a backstory and a side story and a forward story, and what they did kind of tying her into the Penguin stuff. There's a story to be told, and I think that's what they're going to look at doing, getting Zoe Kravitz back to returning to Gotham through her stuff, which I would not be opposed to at all.
Do you think we'll ever see a Joker series one of these years?
Hope not.
Yeah.
As cool as it would be, one of my favorite things I think is so alluring about that character is the mystery of that character.
That's true.
Just like the Heath Ledger stuff, like he's got no identifying marks. There's no brand labels on any of his clothes. We don't.
All he's got in his pockets is lint and knives. Yeah, all he's got in his pockets is knife and lint.
Yeah. That's one of the most alluring parts of the Joker is that he's been such a protected character for so long.
And he lies about his own mythology, like when he's telling the guy how he got his scars. He tells a different story every time.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily want a Joker story unless they're I think he's very dependent on other characters around him.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really care for the Joker.
Is very dependent on other characters in a sense. Because you have to remember, you have to tell
I
a
think
story.
we should go to Catwoman.
You have to you can include him in other stuff very easily to elevate a story, but if Joker's your primary focus, it's just a guy whose head is a bag of cats.
See, I think we could just I think it would be cool to do all these different series on the DC Rogues Gallery Because then it's like you can move to. I need my action stars to throw believable punch.
Oh, I'm an Aaron Pierre fan, my dude.
I just it ended with the Selena Kyle, her being related. I think they need to go to her, and then they need to go around and somehow at the end
it makes her half sisters with Sophia, who we just got introduced to, and everyone freaking loved whatever her name is, something Maloney, something.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
She did a great job.
Yeah, like
I was really impressed by her.
Worthy.
She's
Get her back on screen.
Exactly. She belongs on screen.
She does crazy so well.
And they ended season 1 with Selena.
You know she's been there if she's playing it that well.
She received a letter from Selena at the end of season 1, so the setup is there.
And so I think they could do a 6 or an 8 episode thing with Selena, and then you go to whoever, it's like
because that helps carry Sophia's story. So like this standalone Penguin does connect and continue into this Catwoman.
Yeah, it'd be great. All right. Let's see. It's 9:50.
I'm gonna go make a turkey sandwich. Caroline, you're in charge.
Okay.
That's gonna happen.
We got to talk about the Pope and the fact that he skateboards.
The lunatics are now running the asylum.
Huh?
They said the lunatics are now running the asylum.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding. I love you. Love y'all. I just like hanging out with you guys. It's fun.
Yes.
You guys, I gotta go. But I hope everyone has a wonderful
Hey,
morning.
did you you need to show everybody your Longfellow.
I think I got
Unless you don't want to.
No, I'll bring you down there. That's okay.
Okay. Bring us to
I got a sneak preview of it the other day. It's very nice.
She's been working on Longfellow.
Working on it.
Okay. Getting Longfellow. She can take a ball of clay and make it look pretty. Look at that, y'all.
It's dope.
Is that insane or what?
Let me get the
other side. Come on, rotate it. There you go, baby girl. Fucking insane, dude. That's so good.
Thank you.
I'm amazed. You're very talented. I could not do that.
That's the picture of him.
That's awesome, dude.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I dig it.
All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you guys later on this weekend as well. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Meow, meow.
Meow, meow. I got to go way back up here and turn off the Okay.
Lunatics always ran the asylum. Oh, okay. Nobody is insane. Nobody is sane.
What does Anthony Perkins say in Psycho? We all go a little mad sometimes.
Yeah. Right. I just got done. Like, I've been quiet. I've been like making spreadsheets and shit in the background.
That sounds like fun.
Oh man, that
blows a hole.
Yeah.
Well, so I like to give my wife a hard time. She's an accountant, so that's what I say she does for fun is make spreadsheets.
Yeah, I was doing it, but definitely not my idea of fun.
Good morning, Tate.
She's doing the Lord's work.
Tate Prime in the house.
Okay, let's see. This. All right, I'll pay attention for like 15 more minutes, and then I gotta shift and be responsible.
All right, I'll be sick. I could be your second in command here or something if you need help.
All right, cool. He's making a turkey sandwich. Okay, cool.
That shouldn't take that long. I hope. We hope. Depends on if it's a turkey club and he has to like fry some bacon, and then it could take a little bit longer.
Worst case scenario is I abandon his ass.
That's true.
I just bounce.
So I've thought about. I kept wanting to plan too. Like we were talking about Heroes Con earlier, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to plan. I'm just going to go have a good time.
Oh my God! You're making me anxious.
I love this.
No,
but see, we're kind of like we have like
I think I have a semblance of a plan. I have a semblance plan.
I'm meeting up with Christina and Stephanie on Thursday and picking them up from the airport. We're gonna go back to the hotel, dropping our stuff off there, gonna chill, and then we were gonna go by Walmart so Christina can get herself some groceries, or we can get us all groceries for the little mini fridge, so we don't have to
That's smart right there.
waste a ton of money. And then we're gonna head back and then goof around. But other than that, like we don't. That's the most plan we have. It's just like
buffet. Hell, I'm going to be taking a Walmart bag and just like Ziploc bags and just like taking waffles to my room and hiding them. So.
What are you geeking out about, Birch?
this is just a poorly laid out panel.
Oh, and I hate that for you.
Yeah, I don't think that the person who drew this looked at the script and tried to legitimately figure out how these people were speaking in order.
Do Canadians not eat turkey year round? Turkey? It's not even Christmas or Thanksgiving or even Easter. Those birds can get it 24/7, homie.
I ate turkey yesterday.
Yeah, you just go to the deli and you get sliced turkey or ham.
Turkey's a
Like,
big
you
deal.
like you go to the deli and you get sliced meats. Like what meats do you put on sandwiches?
We eat turkey. It's a year-round thing, at least in the South, dude.
Turkey is chicken if chicken tasted good. Yeah,
something like that.
The turkey and get cucumbers and just slice them down. Where you can that's like number one food is turkey sandwiches and cucumbers.
With cucumbers on the sandwich.
He'll eat them on the sandwich, but he'll also want some on the side as well. You know, like if you were at the Subway or somewhere to a sandwich shop, like lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, or like normal toppings. He just loves he'll just sit there all day long and eat cucumbers as a snack. If he wants a snack, he wants a cucumber. If Monkey wants a snack, she's upgraded to pickles.
Yeah, well, is
That's
it like
hilarious.
What do you think? Like chicken and like some fish is kind of like,
hey, what's up, homie?
Like very pliable to season, like whatever seasoning it takes on that. And it's got to have some kind of seasoning. Like you can eat beef without seasoning; it still tastes pretty good, but you still want to season it. But obviously, you know what I'm saying. It's like a more pliable, like all the stuff you add to it. So.
Yeah, Rob's going to be pissed when he finds out that he missed a meat conversation.
Yeah,
he likes.
I think here in the States, something like goose is more kind of what Bleak is thinking of. Like you have like the Christmas goose. Some people do that. And stuff.
Goose seems like it would be gamey.
It is, but even in the like the Christmas story, you know, they got the Christmas goose that gets
That's
destroyed. That's a duck at the Chinese restaurant. It still had the head on it. They had to settle for duck.
And then they chopped it off in front of the family.
And their mom starts crying. She starts crying while they're singing like,
la 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 rah 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 rah.
The Bumpuses dogs.
Yeah, they made a second Christmas story about the Bumpuses. Like,
I like that.
I've heard that, but I haven't.
I watched the Christmas Story sequel this last Christmas, and I thought it was kind of cool.
Which is technically the third Christmas story.
Third one, I know.
Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it had a lot of heart.
Don't even know that second one exists, and it's not one you watch with loving emotion and feeling like the original. You're like, why does this even exist?
All right, dudes, I got to get out of here. It's time for work.
All right,
see ya. Have a good
one. Take care.
JB, what are you working on today?
Me?
I can't say,
and that's why I always ask.
Yeah, this one I can't say.
Are you allowed to say the name of the publisher?
I am not.
Okay, well then don't.
I don't care for it.
You silly girl.
I'm trying to get what I want to get Gaston, but I can't.
Why not?
Because it's too hard.
No, you can't reach it. I'll grab it. Matt, you're in charge.
Okay.
I like
y'all
this.
Stay alive now. I'm like General Pat. Okay, y'all do what you want. I don't care.
I like that I'm never given responsibility.
I don't like that responsibility. I don't even like being a mod on people's channel.
It's a very freeing feeling.
Anyway, let's talk about What's everybody's summer plans? Everybody going to in the chat? Everybody going to Heroes Con? Besides me and Justin and Mark.
Everyone's going to Heroes Con.
I think everybody's going to be there. It's going to be kind of wild.
I'm way more excited about it now that Jim is bringing me a case of beer.
I'm excited about it already because you're bringing me. Okay. Was it Sledge said I never understand the whole make it taste like meat and not just eat the meat? Yeah.
I don't think well, in all sincerity, people don't stop eating meat because they don't like the flavor. It's normally for other reasons,
health reasons,
health reasons, ideology. It's never a flavor thing.
I know, but I bet I don't know. I see some pretty there's like vegetarian. There's like a difference between like vegetarian and vegan.
Yeah, vegans don't do any animal products at all, like no cheese, nothing that comes from an animal, no ultra processed or processed foods. It's just a raw, green, whole food diet.
And there are some crazy vegans out there. Like there's a lady on TikTok called the Vegan Teacher, and she is like a complete psycho.
There's this weightlifting guy who's called the Vegan Beast. He's crazy strong, and he's on a vegan diet. And he tells people in interviews, he's like, when it talks, because people ask all the time, like, well, where do you get your protein from? Well, same place that everyone else does, from photosynthesis. And they'll be like, where does an ox get its protein from? One of the strongest land animals on the planet. It's a pure herbivore diet.
Well, I just bet like this. What bothers me though are like the ones that have their dogs and their cats, and they give them a vegan diet. That's like torturing an animal.
No steroids were vegan. This dude doesn't look like that. He looks like a classic strongman. He doesn't look like a weightlifter.
So he kind of look like the 1950s strongman, like you'd see at the carnival type fit kind of dude.
The guys that do like those strongman competition, they're picking up like the concrete balls.
Oh yeah, like that big old
those guys don't look
guy.
Like they're going and showing off their muscles. They're just strong men. You know what I mean?
Like Mark Henry, the wrestler. It was just like
exactly. Massively strong guy.
Where is this supposed to go? Oh my gosh.
Struggling with it today, Justin?
Yeah, I'm under the impression that the artist has never they've never read a comic before. Or they get the concept of what a comic should be, but and these are always the worst ones to work on.
Like there's some stuff like if the art doesn't help push the story along, I've read certain comics before, and like they'll have all these fancy artwork and stuff, and be like, wait a minute, what order do I read this in? Like I've kind of lost what the action doesn't really translate to what they're saying in the word bubbles. I don't know.
Yeah, it's this is not going to be a fun one to work on. So I'm trying to get it done as quickly as possible.
I don't know his name, even if I saw it, Sledge. He was featured in a documentary that I watched some years back.
Have you ever seen that guy called the Liver King?
Oh yeah, he's on roids and stuff. He finally
admitted
that a couple years ago.
Did he get sued? Is that why he admitted it?
No, I think he just got outed.
He got outed by somebody that knew him. I think like this guy does this. Yeah, the steroid king.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's definitely on steroids, and he smashes Blue Chews like all day long. Like his mouth is blue from smashing Blue Chews while he's lifting weights. Like, why do you want to bench press 350 with a rock hard cock? That doesn't make any sense. He's trying to counterbalance the steroids. The steroids are taking him down. He's trying to take himself back up. Some of the children worst panel layout ever. Facts. The dermatology didn't know what panel was next. Oh yeah, I said that ever since I started that, like back in the day when it dropped. I'm like, this isn't a bad story, but the reading experience is ass.
The double page spreads can be rough.
Like, I don't know why they don't just put like draw a simple arrow in the bottom right of a panel just to point you in the directions. Other comics do that from time to time. I'm not saying doing it in every panel, but Werther should know when he's like being outside of his mind. You know, just like all of a sudden he's like, oh shit, I probably should tell people what's next. I just don't like when you're reading something, you have to stop reading it to wonder why a writer did something so stupid or wonder where to go next. It just breaks the flow.
Like, I don't like it when you look at like you open up and there'll be like it goes across and you don't know whether you're supposed to read it across.
Yeah.
Or
you have,
like
to check the spine. Like, wait,
yeah.
do any of these panels cover both pages? Okay, no, okay. Yeah. That's pretty fun.
Some of the layouts I like are like when they do a scene, like there's a layout and it wasn't even worded. It's just a big splash page in the middle of grommets. I think it's issue 1. And it shows like they're inside, like they're skating inside like a parking lot. Let's see if I can find it. And I'll show you. I can't really explain it.
Oh man, it'd be awesome if I could get this one today.
I got an interesting fill-in mailman. This mailman that I guess he works the off days. He'll drive the whole neighborhood and drop off all the packages first and then go back to the front end of the neighborhood and hit his route separately. That way he could get all the getting in and out of his truck out of the way. So I see him zip back and forth I know it's him when you see like the mailman just zipping back and forth throughout the day. It's funny as hell.
Oh, this one it's easy to understand because you don't have to look at the spine. It's just obvious that you just have to read it the way you have to read it. They're like in this. They're like in the parking lot structure, and they're skating down. You know,
that's really cool.
Yeah, I love that layout.
That reminds me of some of that Nightwing creative panel layout stuff we did.
But this is if nobody's read this, pick up the trade. This is so good.
It's a 6-issue mini.
Yeah, 7. It's 7. One. Yeah.
Cool.
I just got
so then
7
maybe they'll make a hardcover collection of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. They got skate decks out too that you can buy. Like some of the comic shops have like grommet skate decks. So I thought that was a fun little promotional thing. You know.
Nugs.
Yeah, I've got to get issue 7 in the mail today. I got the cover A and the 1 in 10. Because was probably my favorite series last year.
Saturday morning adventure straight from ABX. I think I'm going to try reading that today. Nice. Is that a new book or just a collected volume of an older story? I'm not familiar. I know about TMNT Adventures. I know like back in the day when they did that separately from the original run.
Yeah, they had like more of a children one that Archie Comics released. It was like more of a children comic. And I had that one. I used to have number 1. I don't know what happened to it. It's probably worth some money now, but I don't have it anymore. So
Matt, did you pick up the Superman Unlimited number 1? That new series that Dan Slott did? Did that come in yet?
Be on the way, I think.
Gotcha. That one surprised me.
Mail, but yeah.
I was super concerned. I still am. I have a lot of concerns and reservations due to the whole Dan Slott thing. And,
I know, but Dan Slott gets a bad rap because when he was no, I mean because of I mean just because of his Amazing Spider-Man run, because he got hamstrung by Marvel right from the rip. You can't use this bad guy. You can't use this villain. You can't use this villain. You can't do this. You can't do that. And that's what Marvel likes to micromanage everything, and it's just unnerving. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore, Mark.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, and I was doing some content on it with the Superman coming, and they did the Summer of Superman one-shot special, and the Superman writers all had a little piece of the story they wrote. The Dan Slott one like hit me in the face. I'm like, as I'm reading it, it was a moment where I had to stop and be like, WTF is this? And I had to go back to from like, oh, this is written by Dan Slott. Is this what we can expect from Unlimited? This is stupid. Like,
He did
some
good on
very unfortunate
yeah.
like choices and what he was doing. And but then that issue 1 came out, and it is phenomenal. That's a phenomenal single issue comic book. Now, I can't speak for what he'll do from here forward, and I'm still cautiously optimistic. But that issue 1 of Superman Unlimited, even if you're not pulling it, even if you have no plans to pull it, y'all go grab that issue 1 and just read it. This, I said it before, Jim Shooter would be proud. This could be anybody's first comic book. And if you're a longtime fan, there's like, it's like love letter style content in there too.
And just to give like some flowers to Slott, he did do pretty good on, like, I read some of the Spider Boy online. It wasn't actually half bad. I'm not really as big a Spider fan as some people are, but like, I do like him. But I thought it was pretty cool. Kind of a fun story. It was like a departure from like what you would get in a regular Spider-Man story, I thought. But I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't like everything he does. But like, there's other writers like Tom King. I like some of his stuff, and then like, but I didn't really like with some of the choices he made on Batman when he was on Batman. But
yeah, you know, the canceling the wedding unexpectedly did a lot of people, a lot of people the wrong way, and that's one of those Dan Slott situations where you had the rug pulled. They're like, "No, you can't do this." He's like, "Why didn't y'all tell me this?" 6 issues ago.
Yeah, he might not have set it up like that if they. But there's like a lot of writers like that I do like, but then sometimes I'm like, I think this guy's writing too many stories. I think he's like, like James Tynion IV. Like, how many books does that guy write?
A lot. Who, TK?
Yeah.
I don't think he ever does a lot at one time. Every now and then some of his miniseries will catch a little bit of overlap. Right now he's doing Wonder Woman. And he has Love Everlasting. I don't know if it's still going on, and that something of Wyndham. It's another indie title. He's doing with Bill Quest Everly, who did the art on the Supergirl with him. But I don't know how many books he has ongoing right now, or active miniseries or ongoing. I don't know how many are actively coming out at the same time right now. The Black Canary book wrapped up. That was a miniseries, but that came out simultaneously as Wonder Woman was coming out. Wonder Woman's been incredible. Like, incredible.
Are we closing in on so how close are we to like Daddy Warren Johnson, not to switch gears, leaving Transformers?
24, so we got to be getting toward the end. Have they announced who's going to be picking up the writing after
I've
him?
not seen anything yet. I've looked, but I haven't seen anything yet.
That's a good point. I'm about to check League.
Yeah, check it out
and see if they have like see how far issues out go.
I'm nervous about it. I hope I don't know who they're going to get, but I just don't know how they can get much better. But I just love the way he's wrote the story so far. Man, I got
League only goes up to issue 23 right now. How convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a good chance that, you know, like there might be an epilogue written by the next writer. Kind of like what, you know, when they pass the torch, you'll have the writer write it out, then have an epilogue with your new writer in it. They might be holding back. How convenient. Because what are we up to? Like issue 22 or 21? We're up to the 20s, aren't we?
Yeah, we're in the 20s. I think it's like 20. I think. Also, I'm excited. Like, there's some writers I'm really excited about. Like I like. Was it Philip Kennedy Johnson?
Yeah, I used to campaign hard on that guy because of his work that he did on Action Comics and Superman, taking us through the whole World Saga. And I don't dislike him by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just hard to really campaign for him. Like, his Hulk run has been okay at best. It's had moments where it was pretty cool, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not one like when you're talking to people and someone says, "Let me know what would you recommend?" It doesn't jump out. You know, if something jumps out at you, that's a good book.
And as an Avengers fan, I've liked what Jed McKay's done with the Avengers, not so much on the X-Men, but I like the Avengers one. But you know, I'm an Avengers fan, so I'm kind of biased, I guess. But also another writer I really was like blew me away was when I read the House of Brainiac story with Joshua Williamson.
Yeah,
and he wrote the Cobra, and he wrote the Cobra Commander miniseries, which is just fabulous.
Damn good.
And
they made Cobra Commander like dangerous in a whole new way that I was unfamiliar with.
He's not the little sniveling little coward always retreating like he was on the cartoon.
No, I think they did a good job, Link, because like he doesn't have the physicality to come off as too menacing, but they gave him the brain power and the viciousness. He's like one of those, like, you can come at me, but I'm already 3 steps ahead of you. Like I know what's coming, and you're about to die brutally.
Like a serial killer type vibe.
Yeah, almost like an Amanda Waller, a Batman who's like this planning is unmatchable. Like you're not going to
Doom, like Dr. Doom would be like, I've been planning this for so long. My backup plan has a backup plan.
And it isn't just like the planning. It's like that. His instincts are amazing.
Yeah.
That what was it? Issue 6 of the Energon G.I. Joe with him facing off with Duke. Like you can face off if you want, but if it doesn't go the way I want, it's about to go terrible for you.
Yeah.
Like, now you're stuck in this situation. I'm about to walk away. Peace. Like, it was wild. Oh, you're trying to save that guy? Well, let me push this button. Boom. Oh, look, he's dying. We'll go save him then. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's like the classic little thing of like a lot of superheroes too. Like I don't have to stop you like Superman. I don't have to stop Superman. I just have to stop you from going after me by like endangering these people on this bridge.
What was it that Batman told Ra's al Ghul?
I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to
kill you, but I don't have to save your life. Well, you just killed him, my man.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I always got Batman don't kill. Batman don't kill. Like I'm like, have you ever read The Dark Knight Returns? This dude kills people.
You ever watch Batman Returns? He literally put dynamite on Bam Bam Bigelow's belt and threw him in a dumpster.
Yeah. And you remember of course the scene in Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice is ripped straight out of Dark Knight when he's got, except for the part with Superman's mom.
I'll do it.
I'll kill her. I'll kill her. I'll kill her. He's like, I know you will. He's like, bow.
Yep. There's a couple of instances as well when it was like a death by omission. Like there's this Batman comic. I have to look up the issue number where these high-profile kidnappers take a high-profile target and they're flying in a helicopter over a river in the city, and he swoops in, hits the pilot, grabs the kidnapped person, jumps out, and in the very next panel, the helicopter is crashing in the background. The pilot's still in there. There's no, like, he knocked the pilot out, and one panel later it crashes. Like it's like there's no room for saving, bailing, anything. Like the person, he literally killed that person. There's a handful of moments like that through the years.
And I still think that Batman vs Superman gets a bad rap because there's like what Affleck does. That scene when he goes in that warehouse, he's just taking those guys apart.
That fight scene is so brutal, and seeing Batman move like that, and his hits have so much force behind him. When he jumps over the crate and grabs that one guy as he jumps over it, bam! Like, and then he doesn't even stop; he just lands and shoots behind and yanks it over his head and sends the whole crate flying. You're like, oh,
that guy, you know what? That guy died. That had the guy.
Yeah.
That probably guy going to make it.
Ultimate cut, the guy that got hit by the theatrical cut, he gets hit by the crate, he hits the wall, and he goes down. The ultimate cut, he gets hit by the crate, he hits the wall, and when it comes down, he's splattered. Like there's like his head, like there's blood splatter from his head.
I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's DOA, bro.
I don't think he's getting up from that one.
No. He floated up from that one straight to the next life.
The physics of that, if that actually happened in real life, that's what would happen. It would splatter you like all over the wall, probably.
All right, yeah, that just the physics of the fight, like watching him plant the guy, like hit him so hard his head hit the ground first and his legs went up in the air. Like it was awesome. The wire work, the choreography, and
the guy sticks him with a knife. I like when the guy sticks him with a knife and he just goes.
And even the first time we see Batman in that movie is when the police respond to that building and they find all the human trafficking people that they're unlocking, and they grab the door and they close it back and they point up, and Batman's just in the dark corner, like holding himself. But when the cops just freak out and instinctively fire, just watching him move across the wall and pull himself out the roof, you're like, I've never seen Batman move like that in real life. That was insane. That was awesome. I love those Snyder movies, man.
I liked it like when they actually get to see his vision, when we got to see like the director's cuts.
Oh, it was amazing.
I thought like
when
I
him and
think, like,
Superman actually
Whedon
fought,
thought he was
when he was
directing
just
a
sitting
Avengers
there
movie.
like Superman he hit him with the kryptonite and he's just like sitting there just beating him up and he slams him against the wall and he punches him and punches him and Superman slowly the kryptonite wears off and he goes from his head moving to his head flinching to his head not moving at all, like ding, and you hear the sound ding, and Batman's like, whoa. And
I need to get. I gotta get some more kryptonite.
And takes him through the floor. You're like, yes. Yeah. I need to put that clip in here. But this was still a good one.
I'll tell you what. I got another suggestion for a clip from that from Justice League when they're all like when they find out when Superman gets revived and he's not happy. And they're like, he's got like, has he got Wonder Woman by the throat and Flash is coming around and he goes like this.
He's got Aquaman by the trident. Cyborg is pushing on him with all of his thrusters. And he's got Wonder Woman by the lasso.
Okay. It was Batman he had by the throat later.
No, Batman's hanging back at this point in the fight.
You won't let me live. You won't let me die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
All right, JB, thanks for hopping on.
I'm not supposed to say anything. I'm just supposed to
say
something.
Well, hold on, wait 5 seconds. So I'm about to head out of here as well, and I'm about to go take a shower and go take the kids, do some errands, drop off some packages and all that good stuff, and then I'm gonna make like a baby and head out, and hope everyone has a good day. And we will wrap it up with that. Be sure to check out In the Mix tonight at 9 p.m. I'll be on there hanging out, shooting the breeze with DJ Links and company. And there's a big Comics Curing Cancer announcement that we're going to be dropping this Sunday at 6 p.m. So follow Comics Curing Cancer on Instagram, and we'll see y'all on the next one.